There we go. It's like good.
Yeah, I know. 2 seconds on, I'm already in the Scottish voice. Good afternoon, Stephen. What ho, friend? Missed you! Caffeine, what ho! How are you doing? How are you all doing? We're gonna make a robot! Because of tax reasons! And we're probably gonna have to talk about E3 till we're blue in bloody face! Catros, what ho! How are you all doing, friends?
Reactor online.
Yay!
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Almost.
All systems nominal.
Almost a year.
Almost a one whole feckin' year. Fearless, how you doing, yo? I was really happy to see you're still... Yeah. Wow, I butchered that entirely. I had a bomb-ass nap, and I'm not used to having enough sleep. So I've got a monstrous cuppa here. Like, this is a pint. I've got a pint of tea. We're gonna have ourselves a good little afternoon. Yeah, Clank, we're doing a Gundam stream! Stephen says, guess who's not going into work tomorrow? Promised to shut down schools. Bloody hell. I mean, Stephen, we got a whole day tomorrow, so I'm happy to help people fight cabin fever, which is kind of, I've realised, kind of my thing now. Today's gonna be a real good day. And I've even made like a special little layout, so you're gonna be able to see what we've got going on here. I'm immediately, as soon as I started moving stuff around, I'm like, cool, so that is a coating of dust. I have not cleaned up in here nearly enough. So, nice little reminder. Shackle, afternoon, what ho, friend?
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Lucifer, how you doing, friend? Okay. Oh, because Lucifer, love you too. They were saying, it's weird. I was over in the Twitch tab and wondering why the heck Will isn't live. No, wait a minute. Yeah, I had to go finish up all the long shipping accounts.
Captain on the bridge.
Impuni.
Impuni indeed. It feels more like a pirate greeting. Like Jared, like you'd grip the other pirate's forearm and then go, Impuni. How are you doing, friend? Everyone's here! Tarlicus, what ho? I did check under the keyboard. It was the tiniest of tiny sharks. This does not make me happy. I haven't found one of these since Lenworth. I know they're all hidden around. Caffeine, I didn't check in the keyboard. There's probably more sharks. So Wraith, Neopale, Chronofire, Vanderbeast, everybody. What ho? I'm very proud as I got a certain someone's birthday present this afternoon and nearly flashed it to you when we went live. That would have been very awkward. Diviteria, what ho? Yeah, it's Gundam time. Ghost Reaper, what ho? I haven't seen you in a donkey's age. How you doing? Who have I not said hello to? Did I say hi to Wraith? Freaking better. Caffeine, I have not tweeted, but I'm just cooking up one, which is like, I kind of have to build a Gundam model for tax reasons. This is actually for tax purposes. Vanderbeast, what ho, friend? It's nothing to do with the fact that I have found myself a new hobby that I'm obsessed with. Perios, what ho, friends? What a 48 hours it's been. What a 48 hours it has been, friends. Gil's like, I'm here for the entire stream. Yeah. It's because I'm starting super late. Oh, Reaper's not on Bloodborne, on Bloodstained. Very different games, both excellent. Wait, Bloodstained. Why is my brain blanking on Bloodstained? I'm actually going to have to go... Alright, I'm definitely going to need to inhale this tea. Oh, yes, of course. The Castlevania, but more so. Yeah. HRMC, Heavy Mechanized Robot Company. The not Troidvania. Neopale's like, grab the honorable mention, yes! I have Neopale. I have not made the official certificate and sent it out. Oh, lordy, lordy. So yeah, friends, we got conversation topics aplenty. Oh, and as Lucifer's asking, we are absolutely going to talk about E3 getting cancelled, as well as it's already dead. I got thoughts, I got feels, but I want to hear yours as well. One of the things that's been really interesting on Twitter is seeing the people who usually stay pretty stum around E3, who are now about to have a very bad time. And Corona says, so is this Gundams or more MechWarrior? Oh no, this is straight up Gundams. Like, we're building a model kit today. We kind of have to. And we can build a stand as well if we want one. I say we have to, I have to. So my goal is to be vaguely interesting whilst putting this ruddy thing together. I don't know what we're going to do for the E3 Bowl, because it struck me, E3 Bowl might still be on if everyone's doing their events off-site. So Ardun says, hello all! I'm busy using the oh god, cheeky T-Bird there. I'm so sorry. The reconstruction of Ishgard to get all the crafting classes of Final Fantasy XIV up to level caps. Yes, I entirely understand that reference. Very helpful. Very helpful.
So you wouldn't really call it bell peppers and beef now, would you? Yes, I would.
Reaper's saying they just made a gun that basically thorns into enemies. It's gonna be useful for farming, like farming thorn bushes? Oh, and Fearless is gonna be doing a build along. So Fearless is gonna be building their RX-79. Well, you see, today we're gonna be building the Easy 8 variant Gundam, which is actually a sub-variant of the RX-79, after the RX-79 was badly damaged and lacked the replacement parts. But we'll get to that in a second. Oh, homing bullets, not horn bullets. Sorry, you can see why I was a wee bit confused. Oh yeah, Vanderbeest, I'll absolutely squeeze the friendo for you. Say hi to everybody. Oh, yeah, I've had to move everything around, because usually the friendo sits right over there in the corner. I've basically got, I mean, you'll see more stuff as we're going on. The other thing that's been making me chortle today is, so Fiona brought us back these Twitch cups from TwitchCon, which say they're machine washable, which they are. The word Twitch on them is not. So I now have one cup that just says Twit. Which, despite being the silliest little thing, continues to make me laugh. Arrow's like, if I could run real fast to grab a Gundam from my local hobby shop down the block. But money... Yeah, I mean, I already made my apologies. I should not have bought more Gundam kits, but we're here now. And if we have a good afternoon, then this is a thing we can do. I gotta admit, like, having to do the serious stuff all morning, it's nice to be like, you know what? Let's just build a giant bloody robot. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day, friends.
Guys, what's cooking?
Special bell peppers and beef.
Alright, just giving the surface a wipe down. So how are you all doing, friends? As I'm sure you've seen, games industry is... Oh boy! It is a whole lot of everything happening at once. Jaralan, I will. So Arknock says, Gundam Blood? No. Well, I'm assuming you mean Iron-Blooded Orphans. This is going to be from the Mighty Eighth. Is it the Fighting Eighth? One of them's a Gundam series, and one of them's a song by Floggin' Molly. By Dropkick Murphys, and I get them mixed up far more often than I should. The games industry is somehow more on fire? Yeah. And 8 MS Team, thank you. Oh, I said bloody robot! Oh, that I did. It's a bloody robot. I'll tell thee. If it weren't for them bloody Gundams, I'd be down at mill, I tell thee. For some reason, all Gundam pilots are now from Yorkshire. Archer, what, oh friend!
Online. All systems nominal.
It does make me laugh that... So, Archer, thank you for the 14 months, you feckin' legend. And I do realise that while I saluted Jaralan and talked about the bunny salute, Jaralan was a 16 months at tier 3, which is feckin' badass. Lucifer, you have to put up with me in the real. I am amazed you put up with me in the digital space where you can physically mute me. And Fearless, 11 months. Feckin' thank you all. Apparently says even colleges are closing in Seattle. Yeah. Oh, Alnus, yes! E-Bar Gundam! There's a joke that will only carry. E-Bar Gundam! Who wants to do an all Yorkshire redub of Iron-Blooded Orphans with me? Aw, sorry Greenfire, I am doing lovely. How are you holding on? I had to go do the last of all the boring tax stuff today, which is why I was very late. Point, Lucifer, point. Right. So, just quickly cooking up a tweet for everybody. Alnus says do all Yorkshire Evangelion. It would be 1 episode long. Father, I don't even want to get in the, I don't even want to get in the Evangelion. Son, you'll get in that Evangelion, or I will tell your mother. And so help me, she'll get the spoon on you. Alright, I'll get in the fucking Evangelion. Shinji wins the day, has no problems at the end. Father, I feel the Evangelion may actually be me ma. What gave you that impression, son? Well, on account of the fact that it smells like me ma. Nah, just your imagination, son. Just your imagination. We're grown-ups. Alrighty. Oh, yeah, kind of helps if I do the whole finishing, like actually sending the tweet. Gundam. Arknock says, no, Shinji's got a wine. I'll have no sensible Yorkshire son of man whinging about being a bloody robot. There's Rei Ayanami, she's in that robot 24/7. Uphill both ways. You don't hear her complaining, do you, son? Get in the bloody Gundam. Feck. I killed my own joke. There we go. I killed it. Sorry, everybody. Jokes are cancelled. Jokes are cancelled. Oh, come on. I know you've got the... I know I've got decent gifts from the Easy 8. But yeah, the robot we're going to be building today is one of my personal favourites. The 8th MS team is one of, before Iron-Blooded Orphans, was my favourite series. Because it's basically like Vietnam Gundams. And I've always loved any shows that give the whole giant robot genre real weight to it. That show kind of the real logistics in it. Come on, here's a robot. Oh, I knew you were gonna be I just want a good GIF. Good gif of a Gundam. Isn't that so hard to ask? Anyway, it feels like a fecking eternity since I've seen you all. How are you all doing? Arknock says Thunderbolt. Oh, I fecking love Thunderbolt. If you didn't know, the movie cuts of both Gundam Thunderbolt series is just on YouTube. You can just watch that. And not like through shifty sites, legally. So I gave that a watch last night and... Oh... Thunderbolt's dark though, like... It's not a cheerful series, not by any means. You know what, feck it. Here's a picture of someone's corgi. Having a good time. Done. Look at me actually tweeting on time. So how are you all doing, friends? Like I said, feels like I haven't seen you in a feckin' donkey's age. I pretty much spent most of the weekend just sleeping and recovering. Yesterday ended up being a day off, which is not something that I took lightly. The day was already going to be a mess yesterday, and then today was doing all the tax nonsense, which is pretty much all sorted. I just have to give a vomit-inducing amount of money to the American government, and it is done. Aperio saying, so COD Warzone is really good. Can't believe I'm saying that. Yeah, friends, Aperios was playing a whole bunch of it last night, and it was really cool getting the chance to watch him get into it, because I'm not good at it. Really not good at it. Like, as in, like, that kind of high-speed gameplay. And there's a bunch of things they put in that are very curious. Like, you can avoid getting eliminated by going head-to-head against someone else in a 1v1 match, which added a lot of flavour to it. Sorry, did you need a stand-in? I heard the Gundam stand up. Well, I got one. I mean, hell, we can kick into this anytime we want. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. There doesn't seem to be like
Reactor
a...
online.
Yay!
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
What ho? Can't join for long, it's already past midnight, but hopefully I can stay for a bit.
Oh, Kandarin, well, thank you for stopping in, friend. I know this was a super late start today, so I do appreciate it. Oh, sweet mercy in a cup. I'm gonna need that today. Aperio's like, wait, aren't stands and Gundams different thing? Yes, this is a JoJo's reference. No, I've been testing out my penmanship. And I do actually have a stand. That was $7, and it took an eternity to get here. So because I haven't had the chance to use the pens yet, so I was just having a little scribble around. They're really complicated. So I'm probably not going to do any line work today. I'm probably just going to put this together and chat with everybody. Kandaran's been playing the new Ori, and it's really good. I'm so glad to hear. There are a couple of quiet reports. There might have been some technical issues, but I've not seen anything to back those up, which makes me very happy. Oh, and Arden, do you mean Ori on PS4 or the Koblox Bura Tufa? Oh, it's in the Game Pass. That's an interesting opener. Punspector's been learning the longsword and sent lots of COVID emails. Yeah. Like, we're probably not going to be getting too much into the real world implications of that today, but heading out into the world did remind me that over here on Video Games we have it a lot easier than a lot of other industries. According to some work emails that I got throughout the week, video games are actually doing really well right now, which feels a little... I understand it, but it feels a little glib, you know what I mean? The idea that because everyone's stuck indoors, everyone is buying and playing video games. It's like, oh... I mean, I don't know about you lot, the cabin fever has been very real. Not any more so than usual necessarily, but like, I don't have a big event or big social thing coming up, and I'm handling it. You know, I've been playing video games with the Perios in the evenings, which has really helped with that, and of course I get to talk to you lot during the day, which is real good. It's just one of those things I'm just acutely aware of right now, you know what I mean? So Scar Red Tiger says that they are at work late, but just had a breakthrough. Yeah! Well then let my smooth jams and bantermancy be the backgrounds to your full-on adventures today. Your successes, your breakthroughs. Yeah, Moose, you're right. If I'm able to help people who are suffering from cabin fever, stuck at home, feeling unwell, if I'm able to, you know, bring a little bit of like, hey, we're all hanging out together, you're not on your own, then you're right. And I will say this, if you do find yourself starting to go a little doolally tap, if being by yourself, be it from work at home or from not having school or whatever, starts to get to you, we do have the human maintenance channel. And the thing with human maintenance we have on the Discord is it's not just a, it's not an advice channel, it's not a, I mean, it's okay to just be like, hey, I'm stuck indoors and having a miserable time and I just needed to tell someone, you know what I mean? Also, kind words, that's a fucking great help. Caffeine, I do believe today is the last day of my Yaldum. Well, Caffeine, I was going to comment on that because it's taken several weeks to get you down to just that much. And then I had a little bit of a squint and looked at actually how much health you have left. It's still... Caffeine, it's still 96,000. Like, that is a strong Yaldum. So yeah, we got smooth jams, we got a Gundam to build. Should we get cracking? I feel like with this there isn't as much of a need to I feel like we don't have to worry about people getting in. Like, no one's gonna be mad if they miss the start of me clipping some sprues. How you doing, CJ? What, oh friend? CJ's all, hello, Taxman here. I'm here to take 7% of your Gundam. Mate, try 25. Okay. Okie dokie. And friends, if you would like to, if you would like to snap, oi, feckin' moose. Oh, sorry, that was meant to be feckin' mouse. If you want to build along, this is the guide we're going to be going from. It's going to take us a wee bit. I do quite like, at the moment I'm really hooked on the 1/100 scale stuff, and some of those come with a skeleton that you build first, which is dope. Okay, Caffeine, it's not 25 overall. I'm not having to give 25%. But you know what? I have spent a large amount of day talking about taxes. So let's put it under to be continued. Oh, Lucifer, you're going to be a professional demon. Stay COVID free. We shall. Angnok says, what grade is Gundam? This is a master grade. But I believe this is one of the older master grades. So we're going to be doing a thing. Let's get kicking and get talking. Oh, and Asari was asking, hey, whoa, did you like Fiona's rocket? The shark rocket? As soon as I saw the shark pattern on that you pointed out, I couldn't unsee it. Rest of the bloody day, I'm like, sharks, grumble, 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 grumble. Alright, actually, we'll switch over to Gundam mode. Check it out. Oh wow, we got way more space over here. This is our model for today. Check out that. Yes, I am very easily amused with myself. Move some of these WUMs out of the way. All the WUMs that Beadora made just hanging out. Put you all up on here. I want to accidentally glue one WUM to another. That's how you get a king WUM. A terrifying prospect. And of course, one's got a little beret because it's just having a good time. Move my badge because it's still not a cult. In case you're ever wondering, like, if there's ever anything that you want to send and you don't see on show, that's because I've got it somewhere safe. Aww. Another tiny shark. My patches, which I still haven't stitched onto my bat. I think I'm going to attach one to my jacket and keep one. Because while I was initially going to put them on the flight suit back when we were going to go all RP on our Mecha Street. Oh, where's my knife? Oh, I haven't even opened my fancy knife yet. Check me out. Put you up over here. little kit here. Feels like Art Attack, which is a reference that won't carry. So CJ says, main weapon on your personal Gundam: beam sword, cannon, or missile. That is a trick. Here we go. I've got in the robot. Doesn't make some space. Mainly because I don't want you to eat. I don't want you to eat the friendo. Friendo, not food. Friendo, not food. Alright, you can go up on the windowsill for a bit, friendo. You know what? You can just have a little lie down on the windowsill. That works too. Yeah. Oh, we go. Have you a sit down? We have company. Deg. Deg. Yes. To Epic Diaz. Thank you kindly for the follow, yo. Put it on the keyboard. What's the worst that can happen, am I right? Yeah. Oh, Skarsing as a Canadian child, Art Attack absolutely carries. Okay. I always forget the amount of like UK-US crossover when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, we got fucking reboots, so I'm happy. God, I haven't even opened my fancy knife yet. I'm just saying, Neil Buchanan is also metal as hell outside the show. I did not know that. I'll have to have a look into it. And yeah, Reboot was fucking awesome. Reboot's one of those ones that each time I go back and do a rewatch, you notice like a little subtle difference, and I'm like, damn. Reboot Endo Team. That blade is not secure. Woo! By the power of Crisco. Okay, it comes with a little sheath. Sorry, I'm still getting used to what you can and can't see as friends. So I'm trying to make myself little markers on the desk. Spare blades for my box of cool. Tiny file. Gotta get all my stuff looking like I know what I'm doing before we actually kick off. And yes, this is all a budget kit. No, those aren't fucking god hand pliers. Do you know how much those bloody cost? I can buy another Gundam. I can buy 2 Gundams for a pop. So CJ was asking like main weapon. Well, CJ, I'm gonna throw a curveball answer in there because as someone who is properly obsessed with little Barbatos here, he says hi by the way. Barbatus's mace / like impact nail. I'm trying not to say P-nail anymore. Alright, that is not going to work because you're just getting stuck on things. Thanks a lot, Tiny Pink Hold. Alright. The amount of times I have to explain P-nail as a term, I'm like, you know what? I could just not say it. That would be probably healthier. But yeah, it's a pneumatic nail inside a gigantic mace. I have to admit, friends, that when was it? It was last year before Longship Day. I got a request to make a wish list for one of those like Amazon wish list type things, and I could not think of anything that I desperately wanted to put on there. Right? My wish list now is just Gundams. It's just Gundams and things that go on or around Gundams. And Dash, that's a good point. If I don't get to say P-nail, it is less fun. Hacha! Little matey boy hang out over here. Hey, what up on my Gundam? Ooh! Okay, that's pretty. Comes with like a cool little, like shiny model. That'd be great. What I can do is I can put my model in front of it and then realise that I'm not very good at this. Stickers. Oh, Oh, those water transfers. Oh, I'm not good at those. No, I don't wanna. Dibateria says pneumatic nail like piston-powered stabbery. Yes. They're more common in other series like Armored Core and Front Mission and things like that. But the idea is you basically have like just like a shotgun cartridge and a pneumatic nail. And so the idea is you put it right over the cockpit and just straight through. It's a one and done, which is really brutal when you say it out loud. Alrighty. Well. What do we have here? Wait, Dash, wait. There are not 4 sharks. No one sees 4 sharks. Also, the chat is weird and the wrong shape, so let's change that a little bit, shall we? Sorry. I was not the most organised of Mother Hubbards for this. I know, shocking. You know what? This is really hard to do in a really awkward way. There we go. There we go, that looks better. The bag I'm holding has 4 sharks in it. Okay, at best, those are fishies. Okie dokie Loki's. Sokrona saying they were my favourite in AC Faransa when fighting big bosses. Yeah! Although, for Armored Core Faransa, I tended to just focus on laser weapons. Anything that I wasn't, like, limited by munitions, because, there we go. Alrighty. Oh, Epic Dias, I do apologise, I missed your question. And Caffeine, thank you for reminding me. So, Epic Dias, it is lovely to make your acquaintance. My name is Will. Usually, we'd be playing weird indie games or one of our long-running series or something on here. But because of tax reasons, I have to build a Gundam today. I know that doesn't make a whole bunch of sense, but you'll just have to trust me on that one. But what we do here is we talk about both the business of video games, the art of games, what they mean to us, and we just chat and hang out. There are a lot of people out there that do, like, Gundam building streams and model kit stuff and things like that, and you will find that they are a lot better at building models than I am. This will be my second that I've done recently, and technically my third in lifetime. But I wanted to do it. So maybe this ends up being a wonderful afternoon of model building and hanging out, or maybe I'm a complete trash lord when it comes to this construction, and this is a one-time thing. Who knows? Oh, got me beam saber. Got me beam saber, got me parts. Oh. Always important to make sure you've got everything as it's coming together. Ooh. Supposedly the factory in Japan that manufactures these is actually laid out like a Gundam base. All the factory workers have uniforms in kind. What is that for? Guess we'll find out. Ah, it's me guns! It's the guns for me Gundam! I don't know why this little bloke is as large as he is. The one I always struggle to think of is any Gundam pilots that I really like. I've realised that most of the pilots from most of the series have usually been pretty dull. The lead blokey from Iron-Blooded Orphans is a very interesting character, but only because, as it's been explained to me, it's a more accurate representation of somebody who's on the spectrum, and it tracks. But as a character, he's very much a I'm good at doing a robot thing. So I find it very difficult to name protags in Gundam series. Is that weird? Oh, Dash saying model building stream or model feckery amusement. You win either way. Well, that's the goal, my friend. That is the goal. All right. Oh no, it's all in Japanese. Oh no, I'm in trouble now. Alright, parts list. Alrighty. Right, gun, cockpit. Build a couple hands. Oh wow, it's got like teeny tiny screws in. Feckin' friends, the details on these. So I assume if my my reading was better, we'd be able to get into the type of this, but like details on the head unit, which the reason why it doesn't have the iconic V is because this particular model got shot up to heck, and the V in the Gundam I think is meant to be the communication device. That got toasted, so they just had to bolt something onto the side. The cockpit's dope, and I believe in this one at least the chest piece opens up. Arms looking funky. Leg unit details. Oh, this is cool. I wasn't expecting all this. Then loads of photos of much, much better builds than I have, with all the ink lining and all the good stuff. Like, I've heard some good techniques for how to do line work and stuff like that, and I wonder if this is the day to test it out, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then that's how it all snaps together. So yeah, this is what we're going to be going through. Diffeteria's like, well, you could build as a life-size Gundam. You get the parts. Yeah. The actual functioning bits of the Gundam, slightly trickier. I think we need, like, special science-bending particles. I always enjoyed the meta science of the Gundam series a lot. Because basically the drive that powers the mobile suits interferes with communication, which means there's a larger reliance on like direct communication and things in the field, which I think is very cool. Alright, let's get each other this way. J-Post, what ho friend? How goes it? How goes it? Oh, an epic dias. Thank you kindly. Yeah, pour yourself a cuppa, I already have. I try and build a Gundam. Oh. Now, if anyone does want to talk about E3, I am down for that. I'm just getting myself ready to go. Alright. First up, friends, we're gonna need the D. The D and the B. And a bit of the A. But also props to them for making like a series of instructions that do not require native language. That is not an easy thing to do. As anyone who's ever tried to okay. I was just having a look online to find the guide so we can all do like a build along, but it's not the entire setup. And it seems the original manual was toasted, because if I can get the manual up here, that will help out a lot. No, that is just someone built. Okay, no, it's okay. Alright, well, if anyone does find the 1/100 master grade scale manual online, that's probably not a bad idea. Excuse me. XD Johnny XP. What ho, friend? J-Post, we haven't started, but we're bloody gonna. Right now, I need to get the D, because I am a grown-up. Alright, that is the L and the D. Oh, listen to that crinkle. Oh. Kisu with the fucking Gundam. I was supposed to come into at least a half-finished robot. We just started. Well, okay, 40 minutes ago, but... I was about to say I'm good, but I'm not that good. I'm not that good. Alright, so that is L. And come here, stickers. You can hang out over here by the ones. The mental gymnastics of just keeping track of where everything is. But honestly, like, what I need to shift over. Alright, you're coming over here with me. There we go. Less river, unfortunate. There we go. I can talk to you all over here. Prolo, how are you doing, friend? We're just about to get kicking off. First snips. And you get to see loads of me tattoo! God, it's making my hand look chunk. Which is weird, because I actually have, like, I have spindly hands. Alright. Oh, cool. So it's going to make us build the left and right separately. Sometimes it makes you do, like, a whole bunch of one. Right, so I need a D1, D1, D10, D9, D4, and a PCI! Where is that feckin' thing? PC? That's not a real thing. Oh, okay. The PCs are the squishy parts. Alright. There's a whole bunch of them. Feckin' me.
You're tense, I'm calm. You apply excessive force. I control that force through fluid motion.
Yes, I have a pair of scissors very close. Yes, I'm tearing the bag open with my hands. Again, friends, no one's expecting, like, tips or guides or anything from this, right? I would not presume to tell anyone how to feckin' do this. Oh. Aha! So these are the squidgy bits. It's how the joints kind of squish together without snapping. It's just there's one sprue that's all the light bits. Oh, it's its eyes. It's tiny eyes. Epic Dias. I don't know if I can call them Viking tattoos. They are definitely tattoos, certainly. My namesake actually comes from a joke about being ginger. You know, the idea of no.
Like clear water.
I'm not ginger. I'm Viking blood. Right. It was very funny for about 20 minutes a long time ago, and now I'm stuck with it. So
down in a torrent the very next.
Moo saying, Will presents a guide on how not to do this. Okie dokie Lokis. Alright, what do I need? D1, D10, D9. So you play the hunt. Dash says, better than tying your identity to a specific game. Who would do such a thing? Alright, D1, you come with us. You can hear all the Gundam fans in the audience being like, feckin' me. It's alright, it's the internal sprues.
Master, you see it? I was fluid. Like water.
Boop. Aye, these are the internal parts. No, because I got the fancy glue for that inevitable part that doesn't want to sit. Give me DC 10. There you are. Moose says D1. I think I found the most pointless die. I had a D2 for a while. That was weird. There wasn't a coin. The idea was it was all the other sides were curved. I mean, yeah, Epic Dice. Cool nickname story. Not really a nickname. I made the account, and then when I got into streaming full time, I was kind of stuck with it. And this tattoo is from one of our current favourite games, the Blackout Club. Because I used to work for a lot of games companies, which is where a lot of my knowledge of video games and games industry comes from. I realised if I'm going to talk with my hand, I need to do it over here where you lot can see me. Alright, what if we bring this up just a wee bit? You get a little bit of my jeans. You can see the gang of wums there, but that should mean that I can bring you lot. There we go. So now I can talk with my hands over here. It's not too bad. D10, that's what we were after. So I used to work in the games industry, which is where a lot of my banter points and senseless prattling comes from. So Viking Blonde was just my old personal account for Twitch, for watching rather than for moderating and for working for other people. go. 10, alright. 9 and 4. Oh, there's 9. Conveniently placed where you would expect it. Sorry, I'm trying to get better at doing this stuff where you all can see it. If I'd had a nap, my hands are still shaking. I thought actually sleeping like a person would mean I wouldn't look like I was, you know, having the shakes at the same time. Pro says they need to go back to the Blackout Club. I haven't played in a couple of weeks. Well, we have it on very good authority that things will be kicking off the next couple of weeks. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Friday's show is going to be a little calmer, but we're gearing up. We're gearing up. Number 4. It's like, make sure you clip the bits that make sense. Ba-cha. Ba-cha. Cool. Vanderby says the Council of One shall judge your Gunpla assembly. Yep, that's how we're going down. I was really tempted to tag the Gunpla mobile game I've been hooked on in the background, but I thought that might come across as a little bit like, can you please send me some free stuff? I do not need. I'm slowly coming off my my obsession with that game, and that's a PC. That's a PC 1. Wait. These ones are numbered. Oh, cool. Also, I've done my hair wrong, so I have a speed fin. That's going to annoy the hell out of me. Hey, Hell Dwarf. What ho, friend? How you doing? Come on in. I am building a Gundam. I was failing to explain to Epic Dias my background. These ones are squidgy. Makes them more fun. Alright. So this goes into 1, which is this. And you go like this. I do love it when it has that like just perfect snap together moment. Aha! Which way round did you go? Yeah, got ourselves a little joint going on. Oh, already perfected. Which of these seemingly identical pieces do you need? Yep. Oh, Epic Dias. So it's not so much I need it. I've got the physical manual here, but if it gets in shot, it kind of washes everything out a little bit. So it's the Master Grade Easy 8. Righty. My new album. Boy, that sure is an elbow joint. Now, 27. That's what I call elbow joint. Held also so, for how long do you want to build one? One of the Easy 8s? Fucking hell, donkey's years. The Easy 8 was my my OG favourite. The Easy 8's been one of my original favourites since way back in the day, because the M8 fighting team is very much that Vietnam in space kind of cool kids thing. And Favor 6, yes, I do challenge the white balance enough as it is. I know you meant that as a joke, but it's a very real problem. I'm too pale. Oh, this isn't going to get fiddly at all. Teeny tiny pieces. Scar Tiger is like, what is a Gundam, really? But a miserable pile of secret... No, wait, no, that's humans. That's humans. Hey, Tenorio out. How are you doing, friend? What? Oh, indeed. We're making a robot! It's gonna take us fucking ages. Okay, so I need... Oh, God. So I need a PCU and a PCX. You know. So going back to our squidgy board again. This is all the squidgy connection joints. And to Johnny Loves Mario, what ho friends? Oh, Tenari, I'm sorry you can't sleep. We're gonna have smooth jams and we're gonna build a robot together. It's taken us 50 minutes to put together one arm joint, so it's gonna be a day. Well, so Johnny, I've been around as an individual. I was at the Creative Assembly and Rocket Works for donkey's years. My dumb face has been inflicted upon people in the past. Wait, I need a U and an X. So let's fish those out. Scotty Doggy, what ho friend? We haven't really gotten into chatting about E3 stuff yet, which I'm mostly okay with. It's one of those things that we can talk about if we wanna. We don't have to. It's very our choice. Wow. These soft bits, it doesn't even feel like... There's no resistance when you're clipping through them. Makes it feel very, very unsettling. Johnny's like, Odin, are you King Egbert from the TV show Vikings? Oh, Johnny, I'll take that as a compliment. I am way too scrawny to be anyone's feckin' extra for Vikings. And as I was saying to Edgar... Is it Edgar? Yeah. I was saying to one of our new people earlier, the moniker of Viking was something that I took essentially initially as a joke about being ginger. And now I do this full time, so I'm kind of stuck with it. But, yeah. We're going to talk video games and Gundams and what about things. Ghost Reaper says, my E3, my choice. Point. I mean, I wasn't going to be going this year anyway, so it wasn't like I got uninvited. And Johnny, thank you kindly for the follow. More because there's nothing really for a streamer at E3. And there's definitely not anything for indies at E3, so it was never something that I really had to worry about getting into. Is this 2 sections? Not quite. Alright. Give it a fancy clip. Oh yeah, Epic Dias. This is the master grade models often, like, if you're not chatting to people, the master grade models take fucking ages anyway. These are so tiny. I mean, these... Oh, why? Go back to bed. It's scaring me. Oh yeah, and Johnny, I feckin' love the show Vikings. It's feckin' rad. Alright, so this is where it gets fiddly. So we've got to put that... Alright, okay, so following the instructions. So our little, like, transformer arm should kind of look like this. Oh, Jack Sculch, thank you for refilling the pint glass. Arrow, and yeah, this stream will be maximum Wafflemancy. It'll Wafflemancy, or it'll be me looking like I'm trying to diffuse a device. My shaky ass hands. Oh, see, I love it. Hey!
User forgot to cancel his Prime. Be as well give that to you, mate. Viking 64 cat heart, Viking 64 cat heart, Viking 64 hug, Viking 64 hug.
Scotty, thank you, friend. As I don't have a tiny screwdriver, this will have to do. That's super cool of you, thank you. Yeah, 13 months. Unlucky for some. It's alright, we could always come back.
Who wants to sing?
Hey, thank you, Fiona. You scared Johnny. Don't scare me. Tara. I mean, you all missed, like, today after dealing with tax stuff, you missed, like, the super bombastic party lifestyle of, and then we had a bit of a nap.
Who wants to sing?
There's... Might be able to use my Leatherman. I think I've got one of the tiny ones. Particularly Robin with dramatic reenactment up in here. God, trying to figure out how Gundams are supposed to work because people watch them on telly. I mean, I'm happy leaving them in the realms of like science as magic, at least for a little bit. Oh, and Kanaran, go get some sleep. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, yo. Aha, did actually fit. But we don't need to screw it in too tightly because we still want these arms to be able to do a thing. Okay. So you need to go through down here. Okay. Wait. Yes, I am going to talk to these parts. Oh, Robin's off to Audi. Alright, we'll see you when you get back, friend. Well, again, Johnny, I'll take that as a compliment. I'm genuinely behind on Vikings as a show. Because I did that thing where I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and do a rewatch before churning into the new stuff, and then real life, as it frequently does. It's going to be a lot of that today. Real life, as it frequently does, has a way of getting in the way. And Fiona's currently on a hard sci-fi kicker, so that's been most of the stuff we've been watching of late. Okay, I'm going to assume I've done that right. Okay. Alright, so now we're going over to the G's. The G's and the A's. Alright, so you two can take a break. Anybody finds G? Huh? Huh? I think I'm funny. I consider myself incredibly entertaining. A-L. If you're wondering what takes the most amount of time in creating this, it's finding the next bloody screw. What have we got here? That's B. Is that A underneath you? It'd be lovely if it was. Wunderbar! A steps into the fray. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, so I guess we haven't really chatted too much about E3, and again, I'm okay with that. I have a feeling that everyone's been having to listen to everyone else's takes on the matter pretty much every 5 seconds. Alpha, good evening. Watto! Arrow saying, streamers make you want to make coffee and chill in a pile of blankets. Aww. Ooh. I mean, let's work this problem through. Unless you're like at work or, you know, someone else's bathroom, why not? Like, go grab a duvet or what do the Americans call it? A comforter. Get yourself all set up. Put on a brew. I mean, maybe a tea instead of a coffee, because I don't know what time of day it is for you. Alright, B, you go over there. Hey, Viking Coda, how are you doing, friend? I'm doing wonderful. Oh, little Atticus. There is a lot of sharp things here.
Just like this.
Atticus versus Gundam.
Da, da.
Hey, little man. Seems he's getting calmer. Yes, I know. This is little Atticus. Here's a little nugget. Oh, I'm gonna have to move all those. How are you feeling?
Good. I slept a whole bunch.
He is only a few months old, so
It's like
he's
10 weeks.
so he's still very nervy. But we've been slowly working with him.
Oh,
helping them hang out. The amount of times I have to tell Perun to do not mount your brother is occasionally disturbing. But it's going good. Gonna go follow? Oh, Johnny was just saying Atticus is very cute. Ooh. Dag's leaping around. The enemy of Gundams. So Faber says I'm in Alton Towers the 4th to 5th of April. If they have any 2-pint mugs in stock, would you like one? I think you can fit a whole chunky nugget in. I would love one. We've got a Longship Day coming up next month, so I would be honoured to cheers you with a 2-pint mug. Jack says Beefeater versus Bombay Sapphire. Please discuss. Well, instead of discuss, the fight's already over. Discuss, Jack Sculch. Do you think I would discuss which was the better gin if there was a chance of you being wrong? I already bought Bombay Sapphire 20 minutes ago. Oh, Mario, the little nugget's called Atticus. Hey, Panda! What, oh friend? What do I need? I've got the wrong bloody sprue. I've got the wrong sprue. Why am I like this? How are you all doing? A sprue. If you can find it, you can hire. Anyone else get the feeling I'm not prepared for today's show? Panda says, sorry, just from slow to respond. I'm fishing. Like, in the real? Alright, so I need... So I've got my A's here. No, that's L. What am I... God darn it! There you are. Is this you? Yes. Alright. There's A. I'm going to do Lally Tap already. It's going to be one of those days. Tog solid. What, oh friends? We're building a Gundam. Making some friends. Getting stuff going. How are you doing? Oh, we went to see Birds of Prey with Tog. Was that last night? I think it was last night. Time travel's weird. It's my G. Where's G? Oh, okay. G's over here. G's tiny. Holy hell. Birds of Prey is an exceptional film. Like best of new DC stuff good. Which totally surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be bad by any means. But it's... How best to describe it? Like... Scott Pilgrim versus the World meets all the best bits of the new DC comics, which is fucking cool. Jumping back in... I was asking if I tried Peridot, vodka, and whiskey. I'm not really... I'm definitely not a vodka person these days. Those adventures are behind me. Right, you know what? You are tiny screws. I need you to not run away. Okay, so I need a G3 and a G2. I can do this. J-Post, yeah, Birds of Prey made the audience care more about an egg sandwich. I will admit, I did whisper to Fiona at that point that this egg sandwich is the dog from John Wick, which made me laugh. But I won't say too much more because I genuinely hope you get a chance to see it yourselves. It did a lot of clever things. Because I've... yeah. How do I go into it without spoiling the whole bloody thing? It's very difficult and I don't know if I can. Just... yeah. If you've got the time, trust. Hey, afternoon, Stooge. How you doing, friend? G2. Get them. See, I need to do more leaning forward so you all can see me fail. Like when I inevitably, like, I don't know, cut the Gundam's face in half by mistake and we have to repair it. You know, I want you to see the whole process, including the failures. Okay.
Stop that incessant clicking.
Goes that side. Oh, who was that? BT! Oh, BT, you terror! So firstly, BT, thank you for gifting a sub. But you did gift a sub to Mike Cox. To Mike Cox. 10 months of him. BT, how are you doing, friend? For tax purposes, I'm building a Gundam today. We were going to talk about E3, but it's not really been what we've been chatting on, you know? Don't congratulate Mike. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the picture all lined up, so like that. Cool. Yo!
We were going to talk about E3 today, but it's not nice to speak ill of the dead.
Oh, I mean, I laughed, but too soon. That was genuinely funny. And Shackle, thank you for the 200 bits. Oh, and Epic Dias, yes, I'm actually based out in Seattle. Oh, check this out. So, we put the little first part of the fisticuffs over that way, and clip the backhand of it like that. And then, my big, fiddly, dumb fists. No, wrong way around. Okay, I didn't even know there was a right way around. Yeah. yeah, wow, we're doing the full articulated hand. Ah, okay, so it's a combination of B and MP. Here we go. We're making hands! It's rather handy! And Scotty, yes, E3 did start its life as... Oh, I always forget the name of it. Watch Halt and Catch Fire if you want a proper breakdown of what E3 used to be. And the game side of it splintered off into its own thing. Alright, so what do I need? B1, B4, B13. Just because. Alright, B1. B1, where you are? Alright, just be careful not to snip off the bits we need. Sorry, once again. I'm sorry, I need to get better at doing these. B1, 4, and B13. So jumping back in. Oh, no, Babylon 5, you said. Anok, you heard what you wanted to hear. I actually realised the other night that I can't remember that much about Babylon 5 anymore. That for years I've been like, yo, friends, you've got to watch Babylon 5. It's really fresh. It's really different, especially if you grew up on a lot of Star Trek. And we were watching Picard last night, and I'm like, we should go back and watch Babylon 5. And then I was about to say because, and I realised I couldn't name one thing about Babylon 5 that was worth watching. Oh, 13 and then MP 1 and 3. Cool. Guess he wasn't paying attention and nearly lost a piece there. Good work, Will! You are good. 1 and 3. But yeah, E3's not been super valuable for games companies for a while. And when you stop and think about it, it does make a weird kind of sense, because even back in the day, E3 wasn't for the people who attended. E3 was for either like business decisions elsewhere or for people back home. You know, for journos, it was the thing that they would bring back for, you know, magazines and exclusives and whatnot. MP3. Oh, good job. Oh man, this one's really squishy. What's rather cool though is that they're mixing squishy finger bits with main finger bits. And MP3. Oh, this is going to be fiddly as balls. I apologise. That was a horrible turn of phrase. I do apologise, friends. The thing is, I spent too much time by myself. Cussing's starting to creep back in. I'm not against swearing as a whole. I try not to now I'm doing this full time, which is not a complaint. Anyway, jumping back in. So Scotty's saying Babylon 5 suffered from a lot of their filler episodes. Spent a lot of time in the last rewatch thinking, get on with the bigger story! But then that could be my lack of patience in the amount of episodes. Possibly. Hey, Aperios, Watto! Aperios is saying, you got out of the box. It's bad I sent you a sponsorship yet. Get that official long Gundam. Yo, if you want to mess with them. Soviet saying, put the bits in a cup for later. Well, because everything's on the sprue, you tend to have, like, for what parts you have left over, usually have a function. And I tend to keep the boxes, at least initially. Maybe it'll get to the point where I don't have space for those boxes in my life. But we're not there yet. Right. Teeny tinies. So, this one's super fiddly. Okay, so that goes up there. Sass goes there. Yeah, this is going to be a real fiddly one, my friends. Alright, so MP goes this way. Snuggles right on in there. Oh, I don't need better light. I'm going to keep if I'm going to do this more in the future. And then... Wait, nope. I made grave error. God, welcome to the fiddly hour. Spare a thought for Will's soon-to-be very cramped hands. When you gotta build that articulation, yo. Charlie! I'm sure I had a point I was making about E3 stuff, and then we got to the fiddly hand section. But remember, friends, nothing worth doing is ever easy. And I was the one who chose a master grade. I cannot complain. Alright. Look at that little grabber. Grabs a thing. It's got a trigger finger. An articulate thumb. We made this. Alright. Put that little hand over there. Well, I'm sure we're going to be popping you into something in just a second. But yeah, so jumping back in. Jack says, quick, before you build a machine that can kill us all, what's Asimov's rules of robotics? Don't take him in the bar. I'll be honest, I skipped that part in school. Oh, so Tog, thank you for pointing that out one, because that's an interesting one. So Tog's saying, someone on Twitter pointed out there's going to be a potential hit with all the background networking, game pitches, and meetings that happen at E3. Thing is, those happen at GDC. The famous thing is kind of like, GDC is where you make the deals, E3 is where you sign the papers. Oh, Moose, that's a great idea. Hey Dan. Hey Dan, what does that look like? Hey Dan. Hey Dan. What does that look like? If he shows up. What was I doing? Okay. We're going back to the D. Alright, where are you at? This is most of the process, is like find sprue, get stuff. Yeah, Prolo's got the right ones. Don't take them in the bath. Nazis are fair game. Be excellent to each other. An arrow with do no harm, take no shit. It's a good way of putting it. It's a good way of putting it. Oh, where's my thing? But yeah, so one thing that's really interesting is that most of the business stuff for indies and big companies like happens at GDC. You go to GDC, you're like, hey, Mr. Super Duper Publisher, I have a cool game about cats that are also spaceships. It's called Meow Ballon 5. And Mr. Sony goes, yes, Meow Ballon 5. I will give you $1 million. So great, brilliant. The details are then hashed out, and by the time E3 comes along, you're ready to announce Meow Ballon 5. Or maybe you'll be a year after that Meow Ballon 5 if you're not quite at the prototyping stage and ready to roll into it. Oh, well, Johnny, thank you for stopping in, yo. I really appreciate it, and I hope we get to hang out again. For a lot of the bigger deals, especially if it's something that's going to be AAA over like 3 years, they'd meet at GDC, they'd have the pitch, and then in an email bunch of back and forth between GDC and E3, they'd decide on what was going to happen. Skull! They decide on what was going to happen, and then at E3, there'd be a little meeting to kind of like sign the details and then go from there. it's part of the games industry dance. And again, like, there's different ways to punch a game now. If you can make a prototype without needing that, you're in a stronger, you know, bargaining position and a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, so D27 and D18. And it's going to need a tiny screw. Okay. Well, 18 and 27. 18 and 27! Should have gotten you all bingo cards for this. Just for coincidental Gundam bingo. $27! Okay, 27. I see you. Sorry. I'm trying to show you all what I'm up to. I'll just make it all about my dumb face. You get to spend the rest of the afternoon looking at the top of my hair, which I did not do properly before starting. And 18. Where you at? Knight to E5. Ooh, good snap on that one. Oh no, you don't. Making a run for it. Alright, now time to bust out one of the bigger screws. I'm trying to get the last bits of spice out of the packet. Oh no. Just one, please, thank you. I have really small hands. Well, thin hands, I should say. And doing this makes me feel like I have, like, chunky, violent Godzilla hands. Alright, so that goes into there like that. Oh, interesting. There's a... Oh, see? And then you go in here. Apparently we've got to screw it down. Hey, Lily. Good afternoon. How are you doing, friend? They said there was a spider on the table, and it's feckin' huge. How about no? I'm actually fine with spiders. Once they're on me, I'm like, I'm sorry, but my caring nature will disappear at that point. But the rest of the time, spiders are fine. There was a bunch of them in the last place I was living, so I did used to have to do spider checks before going to bed, because there was one time, like, dead of night, and my leg was itching. I think I was just watching some gaff on my laptop, so I go down to scratch it, and it just goes crosh. And now I just brought my hand up, and there's a splattered spider on my palm. That was. I made an interesting noise then. But the rest of the time, I'd find them like on my curtains or under stuff, and I'd be like, all right, look, there's nothing down here. There's no bugs. You ate them all. So I just relocate them. Yeet them into garden. Right. So fiddly. This is not going to be elegant, friends. Like I said, people don't come to me for... Y'all don't come here for that high quality build. Like I said, I'm not even paneling. I might consider using this particular model as a test one, but it's that problem of, like, I have a genuine emotional investment in this particular robot, so the idea of fecking this one up, the worry is too high. Scott used to live in a caravan. I remember one dropping from the skylight on a thread, unfolding like one of the Babylon 5 shadows between my face and the television. Get the Jesus out of me. Yeah, Todd, that's a good point. Nothing that carefully applied model cement can't fix. Aperture. I'm just waiting until I bust something that much. Alrighty. It has taken us an hour and a half to make a fist. Oh, I need something from the A's. Oh. I need A17. I need A17 and I need B7. A17. Nope, this is the L sheet. What? L, why do you keep getting up in my business? It's you. Okay, yeah, cool. Here's A. So one of the things I've been watching a lot of tutorials, if you want to do all like the cool little paneling and line work, using these cute little pens, the best idea is to actually do them when they're like this on the sprue, because then you can just like scribble, do them real quick, clean them up with like alcohol wipe or like cotton buds or something. Sometimes gives it that cute little weathered look, and then you're good to go. Now I needed a... Oh, okay. So if I want to make an alternate hand that doesn't articulate, it's giving me some extra instructions here. But right now I just need A17. There's dog and guinea pig hair on everything, and I am not complaining. Cha. Clipping that little sucker on like that, and jobs are good. And there we go. We've got our cool little hand. Once again, just in case Dan Jones, in case Dan Jones is lurking. Got him. Okay, Scotty, you got a good point. There's a lot of gingers in this household, and I can't just blame it on the nuggets, as much as I may want to. Alright, I need a B7. Spinning round. B7, where you at? Harper-cha. Sorry, I feel like we were halfway talking about the E3 stuff and that kind of drifted off. I mean, I will say that there was a time when E3 was the only gig in town, right? It was the only consumer show, it was the only trade show. Like, GDC was still just like a little dev meet and hadn't become the behemoth that it had. And E3 was where it was at. That's where the news was, the games were. That was where you got to play stuff that no one had seen in ages. Okay, so there's the chunky fist. Like that. Okay. That goes in there. Wait. I'll do. Okay, so that goes in there. Sorry, the thing I keep continuously finding clever about these builds is the different ways in which they keep you from putting stuff in wrong. Like the clever ways in which they design it so it all moves together. Ghost Reaper saying, does anyone here miss G4 TV? The thing was, I didn't even know about G4 TV until like after I got into the industry and like met people who were like a huge deal over here in the US. Some of which I'm proud to say I know quite well. Also, Vietnam! Don't worry everyone, he's harmless. That's just one piece. Alright, I'm gonna put stuff over there that I definitely know I'm gonna need. Alright. Those of you playing along at home, turn the page. Now to try to do the whole thing, but backwards. So you have to be careful not to fall into the Lego patter of it, being like, oh, well, I've already built one, so I'm just going to do this one on memory. And then you're like, cool, how come one arm doesn't fit into the other? Jax, first time call, long time listener. Who wins, a kaiju or a Gundam? Caffeine's like, didn't Pacific Rim settle that? It did. It did. So it wasn't a great film, and I'm not saying it's something that everyone needs to watch, but I will admit, seeing the Gundam appear and fight Mecha Godzilla in Ready Player One, I think about that a lot. The army of licensing people who made that film happen, to this day boggles my tiny mind how they managed to do that. Where are my little bands? Where are my bands? Where did I put them? I put them somewhere. Ah. Alright, sorry, this is just driving me nuts now. Yar, it's driving me nuts. I thought I'd done a better job of dusting than I had. I'm not even doing like painting stuff. It's just, I just kept looking at the screen and being like, that is just a mound of dust. Classy. One of those things you don't realise you've failed at until it's very obvious. Heldorf saying there's going to be a sequel to Ready Player One get made. I did not know that. I'm nonplussed on it. It weren't a good film, but it had a Gundam fighting Mecha Godzilla. So, right, I need the D. Has anyone seen the D? Oh yes, it's over here. And I will be making that joke throughout the entirety of this stream. So, if you want to start marking that off. D2, D8, D7, D3. So 2 and 3. Cha-pa-cha, 2 and 3. Like, I'm glad Ready Player One got made as a film. That's the long and short of my opinion on it. I'm glad it exists. It didn't challenge anything. It didn't change anything. But it wasn't a reprehensible trench fire. And sometimes that's all you can ask. Like, cinema's not an art medium that I feel tied to in the same way as video games. So, Pun Spectre with which part? These parts. Nice. I need 8 and 7. Gets a little easier because you're just looking for the missing matchy components. God, I keep doing it over here. I'm so sorry, friends. It's me trying to show you everything that's going on, not cut it all in half. It's fine. It's fine. Crotch caught that one. Which, unlike food, is an acceptable maneuver. Probably could have gotten away with not informing everyone that I caught that in my crotch, now that I'm saying it out loud. But, you know, live and learn, and say dumb things repeatedly. Alright, we don't need the D right now, but we do need the squishies. So I need a PCI, just a PCI for now. PCI? Oh well, I guess there's a lot of them. Be real careful with these ones because they're squishy and it's real easy to just be like snap or clunk, I should say. Scotty with... Hello? 911, yes. A streamer has swallowed an entire Gundam hand. No, we don't know how he managed it. We assume it's because he's a stupid. Alright, so you there. You there. You see, oh, you're going in here. And then you two to hang out as the elbow joint. Wait, no. Cool, just making sure I'm getting them the right way around. Because there's actually a slight tilt to the elbow joint, which you can't really see too well because this isn't the most bombastic of cameras. I probably stand to get better lighting if we do this again. Which I have gotten, which is behind me, but I didn't set up today. Because apparently, once again, yes, you guessed it, Will's been a stupid. But I had to talk about taxes a lot today, and I feel I've earned a certain level of stupid. You know what I mean? Like I have a little bit of stupid as a treat. All right. Pull myself screws out the baggie. Yeah. Oh, Jack's Gulch, I'm real happy. Jack's Gulch was saying they read I Am Legend on recommendation. Yeah. I mean, feckin' hell, talk about, you know, the film missing the mark. I mean, as a cinema-wise, you know, watching Will Smith kind of talking to himself and his dog around New York, I could have happily watched that without. They could have put any title on that one. I guess I had like a, I don't know if emotional investment's the right term, but with I Am Legend, it was one of those series, it was one of those books that I really like. Oh, Soviets saying someone in like just lost $5 grand during a heist because of RNGesus. Eve is a cruel mistress. Eve is a cruel mistress. Alright. So I've done that bit. What do we need? Some G parts. Just so happens, now I'm getting my shit together, I've got some G parts right here. Yeah. I liked the premise of what the book of I Am Legend puts forward. That if you want a much better look at the potential, have a look at In the Mouth of Madness. It's a proper horror, like proper old school horror. But I can see it's my tea. It's proper old school horror, and it does a lot of the same thematics very, very well. What do we need? G1 and G4. Yeah, we should have done this as bingo. That would have been way cool. Bring it on up. Jackson, tell me about the mechanics of this game. What does this say as a game? Oh, and Salem, that's a good point. There are multiple movie adaptations. I was thinking more of the Will Smith one, but yeah, I always forget they did some classic adaptations of that. Cool. You just wanna do a snap by yourself? Alright, that's cool. That's cool too, buddy. Alright, and yep. Miyaki Sakura Wato. So yeah, Jax, welcome to Will Makes a Gundam for tax reasons. How are you? I did all of my tax stuff today. So I'm definitely more equipped as an individual, like, to understand how to run this better. And that's, you know, you lot put a lot of time and cash into keeping me alive. So I want to do it right, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that I am... Okay, there we go. I feel that I at least now have like the knowledge and the wherewithal to make it happen. But it was learning so much stuff. Okay. And A, you're here. Cool. Yeah. All right. Let's get this. Get this hand on. Oh, guess who nearly missed a step? It's Will. We were meant to go back to the squishies and get PCU and PCX again. There you are, PCU. Sorry, I apologise I'm not picking up on the threads real good, but I am enjoying this banter. Yeah. So weirdly, Salem, because Salem was saying the two other adaptations of I Am Legend are The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price and The Omega Man with Charlton Heston. I saw the Vincent Price one, like on a late night movie marathon, back when Channel 4 used to do like weird, like interesting weird movies in the wee hours. And I had full on white guy insomnia back then, so I was just watching everything that was weird and late night. Wait, no, wait. Feck. We gotta go back. We go back to the future. I missed a bit. I missed A27, which is thankfully over here.
Peppers and beef.
His name's Asimov Sorensen. Are you listening to me?
There's no beef in you.
Okay, that is the same track. So give me some. Give me some some of this. Let's see how this comes through. Yay! Sorry, where was I? Jack says, recently rewatched V for Vendetta. How British is it? It's not super. It could be more British. It could be more British. So A27 was what I was meant to add to this. There we go. Because what was meant to happen, friends. So that was meant to go down like that. So that was meant to go. We meant to have this little kind of like shielding piece on the armor here, which guess who forgot? Oh, and sorry. Have excellent sleeps, friend. As always, it's wonderful to hang out with you. What are we talking about? Hey, Watto, friend. Saying the Monster Hunter update is now live. As if the Thunder Puppy wasn't scary enough, we now get a new variant of him, a scarier Thunder Dag. It's so fiddly. There we go. Good old shoulder joint. Where were we? Oh, Will nearly messed up by not putting in pieces he needed to for this. And we were talking about I Am Legend, yes. Hey, Captain Stephanie Barnes, Watto! Yo!
I have too many questions. I must off to find a philosopher.
Yo! Jax, you fucking ledge! Thank you for the 1,000 bits! Well, I'm building a Gundam for tax purposes! Jax Gulch, thank you kindly. Yo! Thank you. And Jax, I'm real glad you enjoyed I Am Legend. There aren't many books that I've read. I am not the most well-read of individuals. So hang on. Oh, you're just snug today. Okay. Haha! Look at that. Look at that. Shazam. Lamentably, Miyagi Sakura, tax purpose Gundams cannot do your taxes. Tax purpose Gundam, despite its claims, is not actually a certified accountant. Do not believe it. How are you all doing this evening? Wee. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, mistakes. I just wanted to spin it a little. Just a little. For this one, I need A24 and A19. 24, come on down. Rhymes and Moose says, okay, but can tax purpose Gundams protect you from an audit? Technically, yes. Technically, yes. Scotty says, so one of the last books I read was Firefox Down. Picks up when the movie finished. It was a half-decent read, if I remember. Firefox Down? It doesn't ring a bell. Oh, 19. 19, where you at? Where you at? 16. A lot of 18. A lot of guinea pig hair. A lot of guinea pig hair. Aha!
Tiny mech.
Tiny mech! Have you actually seen the Tiny Mech badge is out? DX Man, how you doing, friend? I'm building a Gundam! One whole Gundam! Available! Alright, so we're gonna put the elbow joint on first. A little doohickey in there. Oh, just the detail on this. Oh, so DX Man, today we are building the Easy 8, like EZ8, the Easy 8. It is a variant of the RX-79 Gundam, field repaired in the jungles of wherever that anime takes place. Oh, it was me 24. Where's me 24? Hopper cha, hopper cha, hopper cha. There we go. Scotty's saying Firefox movie ended with Clint Eastwood flying off to get the plane back to the US. The sequel book picks up with him having taken damage and having to ditch the Soviet and Finnish border, being hunted on foot. Interesting. I mean, Scotty, there was a time where I probably wouldn't be able to give you an educated guess as to why a sequel wasn't adapted, but these days, I don't feckin' know. Yeah, Tog, you're with me there. I mean, actually, let's put a little. Where am I not? All right, let's get a quick Easy 8 picture. So I'll put up on the box art. I'll put the art up on screen somewhere so you all can see it. Image and source.
Her smile like a chemical extract of perfection. Rare mineral, she smelled like a happy birthday on a Thursday. Quiet time, love, sleeping, awake early. Honey brown with the long black hair, teasing me with the kiss and the stare. Slight touch and you taking me there. So fine,
there we go.
So beautiful and so damn rare.
Oh, that is very. We do not need all of that. Let me have it over here. It's a little fugly. Well, next to my dumb face. There we go. There we go. So now you can all see what we're trying to make. We can get rid of that later if we need to. Oh, Paula, thank you. I hope your sleeps are excellent and you get into more proper adventures tomorrow. I believe tomorrow we are off to the continued adventures of Final Fantasy 15, so that's going to be an adventure and a half. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, so I wish I understood more about, no, actually, I'm happy not knowing. I was about to say, I wish I knew more about cinema these days and how it's constructed and how it's put together, and then I was like, you know what? Friends, the movie industry is not finding place. It does not do a good. And the thing about video games that I love is that almost everyone involved cares about it so much as a medium. Very few people get into games as a profession because they're looking to make cash or looking for the next big thing. More often than not, what do we need? We're going to need B2, B3. More often than not, it's genuinely a passion-driven industry. And that's really nice. Because I did do a stint in film and telly. And I am amazed that any good films get made. And yes, that is kind of like a very cynical vibe there. Alright, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. But I know, seeing the passion and care and love that game creators put into this stuff, I didn't see that in cinema. The people that had it, the business side of it beats it out of them. And it's hard. It's real hard. Speaking of fiddly, Char. Oh god, nearly lost that one into the void. Vanderby said, didn't I have 301 subs? Yeah, I think everyone kind of went super crazy at the beginning, and our general number of friendos is a little down, but that's not why we're here, and I'm not worrying about it. You lot keep me alive and we keep this thing going, Okay, hang on. I gotta focus a little bit on this one, because if I can naff this up, undoing it is a fiddly procedure. Get that thumb in there. So we basically put the thumb joint into here, so it can kind of articulate around. Then we got the trigger finger into there. Then the hand into here. Okie dokie. Hand into here, and then the rest of the palm should fit in, even though I kind of clip the ball joint a little bit. Alright, fun topic. What is a book that you would like to see adapted into a game that hasn't been yet? Like, budget, no question.
Hey, what's up? It's Terry. Kalia. Got a new way to flow. For ordinary Joe.
Oh, that is going to annoy me till the end of days. There's a little catch right on there. Oh, Moose, yes! Got it. Give me a Dresden Files game. Like, I would take an action story about Harry and the mischief he gets up to. I would take a side piece, just based in that magic inspired world. Sorry, this would have annoyed me until the end of time if I didn't get rid of it. The building was on fire, and it wasn't the player's fault. Yup. Helldwarf would like to do Mortal Engines. Yes! God, if you could do it to scale as well, that would be amazing. There is a weird one that's coming along, which is... it's like kinetic... it's like kinetic machines, which looks real cool. But it's nowhere near Mortal Engines. It just made me think of it. Alright, you know what we're going back to. It's the D. D's a little top heavy. I need 17 and 28. Oh, excuse me. 28, come on down. Arden says, I almost want to say Redwall, but what kind of game would that even turn into? I think it's fair to want a Redwall game. A few people have tried. Oh, what's the one with the mouse? It's the ghost of something that came real close to it. Unfortunately, the official Redwall games. I met the devs at GDC last year, and I think they drastically underestimated both the fan base's intent and how much work it would take. Not Moss. There's another one where you play kind of like a thief mouse. Moss is the VR title with the mouse that talks to you in sign language. I can't remember if it's ASL or if it's another one. So that was 28. Now I need 17. And there it is. Some nice clean cuts. Helldwarf's also adding Chronicles of the Black Company. The book follows a group of mercs. Ooh. Like old mercs, hard sci-fi. You know what? David Eddings, the Belgariad. Give me that. Give that the feckin' CD Projekt treatment, or like the what is it with me being not able to name things today? Why am I a chronic jumpet? Being able to name the a goose. No, being able to name Dragon Age. Fucking hell. That was a long walk for a short glass of water. Don't attack in space. That's just good advice. Final tiny screw. Don't screw it up, Will. Find myself funny sometimes. Ghost of a Tale at Perios. Thank you. That would have driven me loopy. Faye would like to do Asimov's Foundation as a BioWare Golden Era RPG. Oh, yeah. Moose, I wouldn't say Armello's a Redwall game. Because Redwall's more about the interpersonal, at least in the initial. Arrow Griffin says Tooth and Tail. I mean, Tooth and Tail is like... I mean, pick your favorite kind of fictional commentary on Marxism and then turn it into an RTS. So Aaron was saying Discord series, but in the style of like Long Live the Queen, where you survive and run the city as... I can never pronounce that character's name. Veterinary. Yup. I'm currently reading one of the Redwall books. Feck me! Friends, I don't mean to make another copper. Maybe building a Gundam requires more mental power than I was expecting. But yeah, I'd love to see a really good Discworld game. There's so much flavor there. I mean, Golden Age Telltale would have been excellent for a Rincewind adventure. Alright, hopefully I didn't fuck that up. So I've been real good at doing that. So now I just need an A17, which I have to hand. Classy. A17, A26, with a whiffed of B6, with a sprinkling. Hop, chop, chop. This is A, right? Yeah. $17. There we go. Back of the hand. I will say I really enjoyed doing the Gundam Barbarous build over there because most of the fiddly stuff is in building the skeleton. Once the skeleton's built, everything after that is just armor and flavor. So it has this weird thing where you spend most of the time constructing a skeleton where it feels like nothing is happening. And then suddenly you blink and all the armor's on and it's like, oh wow, that's a whole thing that's happening right now. Alright, B, I know you're here. There you are. B6. Want you to know I homed in on that one. Hawk. Oh, and I almost forgot the shoulder pad again. Our agreement was to Tooth and Tail with a couple of changes. It could have been the key Red Bull, the perfect Red Bull game. Oh, sorry, I hope my comments didn't seem derogatory. I think Tooth and Tail's a cracking game. I love the visual style of it, and the kind of anthropomorphic animal farm thing going on. You know what I'm saying?
Captain on the bridge.
Hey! Falazio, you fucking ledge. I think we've got to move the alert box over. And whilst I'm shifting that over, Falazio, you fucking legend. 17 months. 17 months at a tier 2 as well. Like, that's unapologetically badass. Thank you, friend. And how are you doing? We're building a Gundam for tax purposes. Not even joking. So yeah, Favor 6, as Favor 6 was saying, there were 2 Discworld adventure games, and Asari Greenfire has been very keen on us playing them. The thing is, like, they've got Eric Idle doing Rincewind, and he does a banging job. Like, no doubt, no question. But as a game, oh, wait. Have I fecked up? Oh, it was... I think I put the arms on backwards. I'll put the hands on backwards. No, we good. We good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Had a little heart stop moment there. It's all good. Alright. That would have been very embarrassing. Don't cheer that! It's being an idiot! Anonymous cheerer, whoever you are, thank you for 1,000 bits. That's a large chunk for someone who nearly put hands on background. TSCTH, no, I don't recognize it. How are you doing, friend? Watto and welcome! For tax purposes, we're building a Gundam. How are you? Alrighty. Alright, friends. Give yourself a hand. Maybe 2 if you're feeling it. Sorry, fellas, I apologize if my thought drifted off into the ether there. I was just wanted to say a big old thank you for tier 3 for 17 months. That is a massive, massive amount of support. And I'll level with you. I'm feeling feckin' smug at the moment. Okay, I'm not happy at the fact that I had to... Oh, cool. Is this the packaging? It is. This is so hard to find. Alright. So, friends, I think I found a... link. Oh, a second. Alright, never mind. Alright, I found a link, but I can't send it to you. Neopale, thank you for your 2 bits. You feckin' ledge. Pun Spector's gotta head out. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. The Arrow's like, you made 2 hands and you're already smug? Need I humble you? I mean, I'm doing good. They're almost fecked up there. Like, at the moment, we're still on arm unit. I'm going to go back to the D, because I think we're going to start building... center torso? Or are we starting to build legs? Now... No, it's going to have us build the legs separate, cool. In some of the other guides, it has you build the legs as one, and then chunk them together. Oh no, so the reason why I was feeling smug is that I finished doing taxes and nonsense today, and friends were kicking ass. I mean, okay, no one's going home rich, and if I didn't have to give the American government a portion of what the longship does, that would make me happier, but it is what it is. But the fact that we're at the point where we're coming up on 2 years, and I actually need to invest in these things. Like, yo, I am smug, because it means that all those times staying up until the wee hours, like, all the boring stuff that I do outside of hanging out with you lot, it's actually doing something. And yeah, makes me smile a whole bunch. Alright, building some legs. A long ass process. If you're wondering what we're grabbing, it is the D, 20 and 19. Get some chunky legs over here. 20 and 19. Yeah, Arrow, it will be 2 years next month. And the person who does who's been helping with the accounts and stuff for the longship is the same person who I saw last year. Got it! Let's pretend that didn't happen. And it makes me real happy. The entire operation is kept upright by you lot. And this... it's just something I feel we do get to celebrate. Oh, so PCR and PCA. Where are the squishies? Here are the squishies. Turn these jams up for me. This is like a chill Samurai Champloo mix, which I guess the internet just decided we needed in our lives. I'm okay with this. So R and A. E. these squishy bits. Aparius says, Long Con is on, y'all! You heard him! Oh, we need a lot more for Long Con. I keep hovering over messaging this as a very rich gentleman who follows me on Twitter, and I keep drunkenly hovering over messaging him. I know as soon as I do, he'll just unfollow me and block me, because I have no doubt that when you reach the level of fiscal ability, is that an R? That is an R. When you reach the level of fiscal ability that gentleman does, that everyone must come out of the woodwork and be like, hey, I want some money! But then there's that little voice in my brain, usually fueled by Jin, that pops in and says, but what if he said yes? What if this guy turned around and went, alright, yeah, I'll give you a chunk of money, I'll find a long con. What do I do then? Apart from cry a little bit and roll around on the floor. Okay. So you're going in here. There we go. Where are you going? Alright, so you're the joint at the bottom. Cool. TSCTH, I don't want to bore you with the details, mostly because I've spent all day dealing with the details. But what you're meant to do over here is pay them quarterly if you're self-employed, which by their standards I am. I mean, technically, you could say I work for you lot. You wouldn't be wrong. Oh, look at that. Look at that clean. Hey up, Chuck. You brought the chunky.
Ouch.
Chunky nuggets. How you doing, little big man? How you doing?
It's a lot harder than you think. I was like, oh, I have to lean a lot further.
Yeah, it's a lot more awkward than. So how you doing?
Okay.
So much ginger hair over here. Oh, that sounds dope. How are you feeling food-wise?
You hungry?
Not yet, but I know you didn't eat a whole lunch earlier.
A little bit of pork.
It's so good.
Oh, no.
I know there's so many little things around. And yeah, squishing their cheeks is the absolute best. This.
What?
These little nuggets. He's a real cuddle dog.
Cuddle pig.
Cuddle pig. Good to see you, man. Night Vale, I'm just saying, yay, another ginger friend.
Silly ginger friends.
We do collect gingers.
My hair is orange now, so I'm kind of like Atticus.
One of us. People been lovely. J-Post, Jack's Culture dropped 1,000 bits. Some random person. I'm just being here, mostly failing at making a Gundam. I thought I'd put the hands on backwards.
You've got a lot to finish.
Yep. I made 2 hands, and
that's it.
The joints are the fiddly part. Once you get into like the big chunky armor, then it's fine. Arrow says, as your employer, I demand daily GPIG updates. I mean, they come hang out. You get to meet them.
Hopcha.
Caleb, how you doing, friend? We're building a Gundam for tax purposes. And there's a nice break from having to have dealt with them all day.
Yeah, dealt with them for like an hour in the morning.
But it's been a build-up too. I've learnt a lot. So now we're building a giant robot because we can. I should have set up the other lights, but I didn't do that because I'm feckin' stupid.
Yeah, not napped.
I'm sorry, did you all hear that heresy that I just got? You could have not napped. When do I get to indulge naps? It's the one the one illicit substance I very rarely.
This way.
Chase your brother. I got too much stuff here.
Chase your brother.
TSCTH, do you still want the oh, feck. I killed the joke already, sorry. I was gonna go for an office reference, an office space reference. Those TCP reports on your desk. But I killed the joke. It's dead. It is an ex-joke. It has ceased to be. Alright, so I need one of the D, two of the B. Flavors. A heresy. You mean milk, sugar, teabag, hot water in that order? That's some pure heresy right there. And Harmonious, it does have that cute, chunky, almost Slugcatian quality. Okay, D12. Where you at, D12? There you are. That'd be cool. So I effected up there. I didn't feck it up. Yeah. Score 1 to me. DX Man saying, be sure to use the new cover sheets on the TPS reports. I didn't beat you to it, DX Man. I fell down the lyrical stairs trying to get to that one. You can take that one. B26 and 25. Oh, there you are. Nice and easy to find. 26, 25. My dyslexic ass sometimes reads one number, and I will say something completely different. Because DX-Man, I used to be very, very into Warhammer and that lot back in my youth. I wasn't too shabby. Like I could paint a decent thing. All right, PCJ. That PCJ? Yeah, that's PCJ. I could paint a decent thing, and like a lot of people, I think what drew me into that whole sphere was like the lore of the world. I think it's true for a lot of people when it comes to Warhammer, be it 40k or otherwise. But the amount of like unpainted models was just stacking up and stacking up. And you always say to yourself, all right, well, I'm not going to buy any more models until I paint the ones I want, but then until I paint the ones I've got, then that idea goes out the feckin' loft at high speed. All right, B29 and B28. 28, where you at? It's the 30s. Oh, 29, 28. They were on the outside of the sprue. Look at this. Being all fancy over there. So Baron says, work until 9:45 tonight. Then have to be at the school I've never been at 6:30 tomorrow. Feck, dude. That's brutal. That's brutal. Ow. Just stab myself with pliers? Nuh-uh. So many guinea pig hairs. For a second there I thought I'd cut off something important. We're good. We're good. Ready. So I'm gonna do some fiddly stuff. And then alright, so that goes in a little ball joint here. Oh, snug. But yeah, there's something real chill about doing this, and DX-Man, like if it's a thing you're thinking of, go for it. Jaralan bought it. Jaralan bought the other kit, this one, the Gundam Barbatus. Oh, Barbatus Lupus, not Lupus Rex, if I remember rightly. I don't know, is it the Lupus variant? In fact, I'd have to. My brain's jello today because dealing with real world stuff is feckin' complicated. Together. I need to get better about whenever I'm fiddling with putting it in front of you lot. Just a little bit of articulation there. A lot of articulation there. Hopefully I haven't specced that up. Reckon we. Again, if you've only just joined us, I'm still obsessed, actually it's better to show you here, with like these little like technical drawings and stuff of the what if mech but real. Oh, building ourselves a fancy foot. Alright, I need C's and B's. Nope, there's Rays. C's and B's, where you at? Your L. Why do we always do this? Every time. Every time. Alright. So B, you've been carefully hanging out. Ready to get into the action. Oh, Caleb was saying so the most complex one they ever put together was a 1972 Chevy Blazer. The Forestry Service Edition, so no back seats. I feel lamentably as I lack a lot of car knowledge that I'm definitely not the person to talk to about it. B, where are you? B's there, A's there. Alright, excuse me while I trundle around. I want to sea hunt. So you're M for machine guns. You're I, you're the backpack. How have I done this? My name's Willowguard. I'm in control of all parts here, and I've fucking lost him. Oh! Alright, so. Will's being stupid. Alright, tiny robot face. You're gonna wait there. C wasn't the white one, it was the bloody blue one! Oh, fuck me. And Baron, that is cool. Like, at least it won't like eat us so much of your life. But I'm still, I don't want to say knocked on your behalf, but it's like how much sleep are they intending for you to get? So, you know, I want to be incredulous on your behalf. All right, first up, C1 and C3. Good to see you. Cha. Oh, but cha. Woo! This into here. Back in we. Aha! Made a little heel. Made a little heel, that did. Some teeny tiny booties. Alright, then C4 and C2. Where were we? C4 and C2. Cool. Because we've chatted real casually about the stuff I thought we were going to be chewing into today. It has just turned into a zen little afternoon of popping stuff together and hanging out, which I'm very grateful of. I guess everyone's had enough of their, like, E3's been cancelled hot takes, which I entirely understand. The thing that did keep making me laugh was people being like, wait until official sources say it's probably just fear-mongering. And I'm like, if it's coming from my man Sam, who you all met, I think he was a guest on the show, I want to say, last year? And he writes for Ars Technica. And it's one of those things of like, no, if Sam says, I believe it. Jacksaw, what ho, friend? Hey, Crowbeak, what ho? How are you doing, friend? I am building a Gundam for tax reasons. Lily Longbean, you should absolutely play Smile for me. It is an amazing game. We did a good chunky stream of it a while back, and it was so good. Alright, so put you over here. Actually, I don't think we need these little handy parts anymore. So you can just go hang out over by the stands. Oh, well, Crowbeak, you feel free to vicariously Gundam through me. I probably shouldn't have picked this up, but I did. And as I'm doing it with you now, as my accountant has informed me, this is something I can write off because it's something I'm doing with you lot. So, feckin' wee! Jacksaw says, sorry I've been missing streams, but I've been working on a 5-page feckin' essay over spring break. Ugh! But, I mean, Jacksaw, you never have to apologize for missing stuff. I am happy when you're here, but you're under no obligation to hang out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Baron Sheep, that would be some fucking cool stuff, yo. If if the thing you're covering tomorrow is a permanent thing, then that would get you back on a better schedule. If I am correct in thinking. Oh, so I need B21. Oh, I see you, B21. Followed by A5. We really should have done bingo cards. We should have done bingo cards. Has anyone seen the film He Never Died? Makes me think of bingo a lot. Well, Jacksaw, I'm sorry you're in the trenches for boring topics and essay writing, but if we get you at least for now, then I'm happy. A5, because the shoes are different shapes. Oh, Crowbeak, this is the Master Grade Easy 8, and while it is on screen, the image is a little tiny. This is one of my favourite Gundams. Barbarous is slowly becoming my all-time favourite, but this is one of my favourite series. It's just, the whole, like, Vietnam, but it's Gundams, works really well. And it gets a bit weird. Alright, get that heel on there. It gets a bit weird towards the end. Oh, look at them feeties. Satisfying click. I lost my train of doing things. Okay, so B goes on and then A on the top. Okay. So that's going to be our connecting joint. Oh, there we go. Woo! 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 Hi, my name's Will, and I'm very, very easily amused. How are you? Starting to look like an actual feedie. Okay. We are going to have to go back to the D though, I'm afraid. And no, I will not stop making that joke.
Reactor online. Sensors
hey!
online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Over 1 year I am glad to be here, and although I might not be able to afford every month, I will support you when I can, because you are the best community of the best streamer, and I will keep this going even if it kills me.
Oh, dude. Well, I need you alive. So no to the point of killing. And like we all go through feast and famine, my friends. Like I might be the poorest I've been, but I'm certainly the happiest. Like, so don't feel like you need to obliterate yourself to help out, because times will come, you know what I mean? But thank you, friend. 13 months as well. That's a fucking monstrous amount of time. So Lord Loss, how are you doing? Also, that is a big old compliment. Thank you. Okay. So Jacksaw, so friends, Jacksaw's been stuck writing an essay over spring break, and they were just telling us what they're having to write. So they're saying, write a definition, write an argument that makes the claim that a particular conversational language is indeed a language rather than a dialect variant. Research these terms. Air quotes, dead language, bad grammar, or whatever controversy applies. Based on your research, develop criteria for languages and discuss how your subject
Who wants
matter.
to sing?
Hey! What ho, Lady Lecter! The Guitar Hero solo wasn't necessary, but that's how I felt like it. Holy cruds! This isn't a host. This is a raid. It's a gosh darn arms race. I'm gonna need some defense up in here. There's a lot of... Oh, Lady Lecter. What ho, friend! For tax purposes, I'm building a Gundam today. How are you?
3 in a row.
3 in a row, Jacksaw. Looking feckin' good doing it. Oh. Oh, Lord Lost, thank you. So, Lady Lecter, thank you for bringing your crew in. To the Husk Ninja, I Casper, Jonathan Pope Rones, to the Amber Helio? I think I butchered that. Watto friends! I had to spend all day with my accountant sorting out all the boring stuff for being a streamer full time, like how much I have to pay the American government and all that. And one of the things that I've learned is that, you know, things that I physically have to show people on stream can be things that I can deduct against my taxes. So today I am building a giant robot so that come next year I can have a tax-deductible Gundam. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to get the taxes off that. So that's why I have to build it with you lot. So, friends, how are you all doing? Lady Lecto, you were on Elite Dangerous, right? How do the skies treat you? I've just been popping this together. It's been an incredibly slow process because I stopped for 2 seconds to talk everyone's ear off. But I'm really liking it. Alrighty. So I need D13, D6, and D14. This will be over here. 6, 13, 14. Oh, DX-Man, thank you. Wicked ledge. What were you going for the snipe on that one, DX-Man? Or just doing some general house chaosage? Flying and crocheting. So I figured I'd send over and see some crafting. Yo! Well, friends, I can't tell you I'm good at building Gundams. This has been my second one. I'm not doing any paneling or anything clever. It really is just an excuse to hang out with you lot and listen to some smooth jams. But I'm having a good time with it. And yeah, other than tax deductible, I'm doing real well. Fiona's feeling a little under the weather today, so it's I hope she's not coming down with anything. And we won't really know until... Okay, there's 13, 14. Cool. And we won't really know for a bit, but having a good time. Hey, get to the boat! Making everyone's kick it off now. It's like, yo! Crowbeak's been considering becoming a needlework streamer. I would watch that. Okay, no. What would actually happen is, unless you did it at like, 10 o'clock at night, I probably wouldn't get a chance to see it. It's one of the reasons why I watch so much of Aperios' stuff is it's real good, and it's on the times when I desperately need someone to watch. Okay, where's number 6? Aha! Give them joints. Trying to not feck it up too royally. So to those of you that came on in with Lady Lecter's crew, Watto and welcome. I should probably introduce myself a little bit before we continue with the bantermancy. My name is Will. It is lovely to meet you. I used to work in the video games industry. I did that for about 10 years. And now I do this. This is how I pay my bills. And I couldn't be happier. We usually play either weird and interesting games or... So you go there. Wow, this is going to be fiddly as. Okay. We usually play weird and interesting indie games or get stuck into conversations about the games industry and whatnot. Today has been us making tax-deductible robots. Who are you? You still D? Oh, oh, and Lady Lecter is shifting to lurk mode. Lurk mode engaged. So I need B17. Pop that in to spot the old A. Aperture. Oh wow, I fecked that one up royally. Good work, Will. If I can clean that up a little. Much better. Much better. Oh, okay, so it goes that way around. This is going to get fiddly as. Give me an 830. Oh, yeah, Crowbeak, I did. So, yeah, Jack saw, we did hear about E3 being cancelled. We chatted a lot about it earlier on. Though, as Crowbeak's saying, also Bit Summit got cancelled. And Bit Summit's like the most. Bit Summit's the most wholesome of the games industry events, I reckon. Like, it's a lovely little setup, and it's in Japan, which is fucking cool as well. So what are you gonna do? So this thing goes in here, and kind of sticks out. It's very surreal, and the A section goes over the top. Colour me intrigued. Oh, Crowbeak loves Bit Summit. Is happy to be a volunteer since year one. Yo, I've never been. I've never missed. I wish I could say that. I've never been. I am thinking Bit Summit's the one in Japan, right? I'm not being a complete Egypt, right? Oh, I need D30. D30. Oh, our tunes decided to. Oh, go back to an old classic with the Zelda and chill. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, I'm real sad about ones like about Bit Summit because it's such a wonderful, wholesome event, and it's one of the highlights for a lot of people. It's basically like Bit Summit and Reboot Develop. Those are kind of the two that I've wanted to do a whole bunch. I nearly got to do Reboot Develop Red last year, but I was on the backup lists of panelists, and they ended up having more talks there than they thought, which is real cool. But I wanted to see everybody. Oh, yo! All right, so this. Okay, so we put this little sucker over here and hook it in between these. My big old. Okay, that is cool. Like, I don't know what that's going to be controlling or powering, but that's going to be hella cool. Wait, no. Alright, so A14 goes into that one. I see you. I see you for Hoowagas. We may have to kick the jams up a little bit. Ah! Dies. So jumping back in, so Crowbeak saying, well, one of the things Bit Summit does is bring in overseas devs for cross-pollination, and the Japanese devs saw all the cool things that are coming out of the indies and helping each other, and by Bit Summit Year 3, it become a real community. Yeah. Tokyo Game Show also reached out to Bit Summit for advice on starting an indie area. That's super cool. Alright, so you go off into there. This clips in here, like thusly. Huh. So this is just to give it a little bit of texture, just to make it pop out a little bit. It did seem like a long walk for a short glass of water, but hey, no complaints, no complaints. Alrighty. There's a lot of steps in this. Yeah, but the problem was working for Sega Krobik is they had their own Japanese team, so I never got to do Tokyo Game Show. Bit Summit was way off. So I always got to look at them through the misty coloured glasses as the rain pours down and be like, all by myself. But then I used to like warn myself on the fact that I got to do PAX and Rezzed and, you know, EGX and a whole bunch of others. Oh, and get to the boat. Enjoy Picard. I think I got up to date last night, and that series is a treat. Actually got the Jacksaw. I got to try some of the haptic feedback vests. They're real impressive. The impact of some of them was what really threw me. Like that they could. It wasn't just that you would feel like little like pinpricks. That you could feel like genuine pressure and impact from them. I thought it was really impressive. Completely lost my train of thought there. Oh, okay. So this is going to be this side of the thigh. So this is all going to start bolting together down here. Cool. So that means, okay, firstly you're going to go over there, you're going to go over there, and you're going to be part of the feedies. So it's going to come together like that. And then we have to do all of this all over again, assuming I haven't fucked it up too hard. Alright, so I need B19 and a crap load of the squishies. So, there's you. Alright, I love you, Zelda and Chill, but you're too chill right now, so... Excuse me, just a second, dear friends. Because... There we go. Inflict some of the pillows on your... It's not like... Unts. I just needed something with a little bit more... Ha! But Jacksaw, I mean, the thing we really should be talking about is there's a new Half-Life game coming out this month. Oh, do you want to hear some fun, interesting little rumors? Rumor has it, it's going to be like a 15-hour experience, like a full-length Half-Life game. And I'm just like, oh, so good. I'm going to be talking to... Oh, Favor's like, maybe it's chat hop time. Yes, it's chat hop time if I have to play it myself. Well, I'm not even halfway through this build, so there's still time. What was I doing? I was on the hunt for B90. Just because. Yeah, Kroby, I'm absolutely there with you. Like, they could have... okay. The fact that Alex is going to be multi-format for like a bunch of different VR platforms is great, because I can borrow kit from my friends to show those of us who either wouldn't be able to play it in VR or wouldn't want to. And it is Valve putting their money where their mouth is. They could have made it an Index exclusive, but they chose not to. A lot of people probably wouldn't have gone that particular route. Alright, this is the bit where we bring all the pieces together for the leg. This is probably going to be a mess. Let's get a Master Grade kit, said Will. It'll be fun, said Will. As Kirby saying, so far my VR games have been Beat Saber and Shadow Point. And while I know there are a lot I haven't played, I'm generally not so interested in shooting VR. Yeah. And it doesn't seem so shooty gunbang as much as it does. It's the in-universe problem-solving stuff that's really getting my interest. It was that little bit when the combined forces are coming in, and you have to move everything out of the way to find a shotgun shell and load it. Or the times where you're kind of like finding pieces and clicking them together, just like, oh, yes. Faber 6, I don't know if Baron's still here. It might be. If they are, it'd be like, yo. On the omnidirectional treadmill stuff, I've not encountered a prototype that does what I want it to, because it's not as simple a thing. A lot of the time, like the weird, like little, like bouncy safety harness you have to have in the middle, and then the movement around it. Like every year at GDC, there's the omnidirectional setup, and they've been pushing that one for years. Oh, sorry, I need 2 CIs. But yeah, there's a company that does an omnidirectional treadmill that's at GDC on the yearly. All the prototypes I've tried a bit, none of them feel like good moving around. Most of them are very uncomfortable. So I don't know how they're going to solve that one. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, as I'm always saying, like, video games are by no means a... Oh, and me as well. Bagum. Yo. As I'm always saying, like with video games, we're a long way away from the top of the mountain, and the technology and ways that we experience games, especially VR, are a long way off of solidified, and that's real cool. So it's not that it can't be solved, and I'm not poo-pooing that would be awesome as. I just really want them to solve it. You know what I mean? Okay, so now here's where it gets fiddly as. Okay, so that's going in the shoe right here. Fuck you. Fuck you, tiny piece. Alright, so you'll go in the shoe. You. Alright. Then we got... He's going in up here. Face it this way. Pop a char. Fucking styling. That's going in the front of the knee. And the other one's going backwards down here. I mean, okay. Not complaining. God, this is fiddly. Like, hands are cramping a little bit because I'm worried I'm going to feck it up. That's going to go across there. Right, so that looks into there. Oh, alright, so we want to hook. Alright. So we've got the cool, like, faux pneumatics in the foot there. Half a char. Oh, nope, that's not how that's supposed to go. I'm going to pretend Will didn't do that. Wait, no, almost effect up there. This is coming up on. This way around. A big old chunky shin bone just being like, yo, what up? I'm your shin. One leg for ass kicking. Then. Oh, and no! No! See, that little guy there. Betrayed. Betrayed by the squishy part I would call a son. I mean, I always believed in you. Oh, no. On to a winner here. Yeah. One whole feedy. Moose like, one leg for ass kicking? Why would we ever need more? Simple, to kick 2 asses. And you get to look at my pasty white flesh. Gaze ye mighty and despair. And yes, you can actually see my veins like that in real life. It's better if I'm like, tattoos. Oh wow, we're finally going over the L section. Been ages since we've been over there. L. The one I always kept picking up and then being like, wait a second, you're not useful. You're L. Right. Hey, Dorchus, feckin' thank you. 17 months, friend. Not too feckin' shabby. Not too feckin' shabby. Everyone's like, my eyes! The brightness, it blinds! Hashtag sorry, not even slightly sorry. What are we doing? We were doing L7, 15, 23. Wow. Real video. We're on the armor plate sprues now. So what were we talking about before I got distracted? It should be my feckin' catchphrase. So Krobik saying, speaking of mechs, Escaflowne anime cells go for a decent price on eBay. Bloody sure they do. Like, I've seen Sakura Wars is getting a new title coming up soon, so I expect that to eat some of my life. 15. L15. What? Over here. The intricacies on this. Ooh, mostly 100 to 150 unless you get a rare dragon form one. That sounds awesome. Hey, Ark of the Conclave. What ho, friend? How you doing? L23. Where you at, L3? That's 25. No one asked for you. Get out of here. Oh, 23. You were there. 23 was inside us all along. Wait, what? I'm really sorry, I keep leaning exactly the wrong way. Okay, I think I understand. Publisher? Publisher. Sanding toe. So Phyllis, tragically, I cut off a tiny piece from the sprue. It fell into my lap and disappeared somewhere into the floor. Now I can't find it. The great threat. Every time one of them hits the desk, it does like sound. It did. My breath catches. About earlier. Oh, we were having a big old long bantermancy on the subject of Yorkshire Evangelion, which did make me laugh. This is kind of cool. It's basically just like a little extendy shin piece. There's something about doing this as a little pastime that makes me feel like I have chonky, like, spam hands. I have giant, unarticulated sausages for movement. Oh, and then we need an L8. kind of wish I could get away with putting on the actual Gundam show in the background, but forget it. Oh, okay, so firstly, caffeine. How are you doing? Divoteria. The Space Subnautica style game was a breathage, and that's what we were playing earlier. Off the chart. Oh, we're building the front of the booty. So that all goes into L24, and L24's like, alright, yo, so I heard you've been talking smack about the booties. Time for some little feedies. Alright, so we go to there. That clips here. As a caffeine saying, actually, think when you broke your hand, are there any pleasant plans to revisit Let It Die? I don't know. It's one of those, I don't think there's much for us to return to, you know what I'm saying? It is a great game. Like, friends, if you find yourself in like a, oh, I need a Dark Souls game, but I don't want to start a new one. We had a lot of fun with Let It Die. There we go. I mean, why that wasn't popping together. I don't know if we'd revisit it because it's one of those games that once it gets to a certain point, there isn't too much to show people, you know what I mean? Okay, more of the L's. Whew. Articulation for days. Oh, Moose is like, so you're considering you might let it die? No, basically the distance between bosses increases as the video game elements, as the more gamey elements take hold, and it does become more fun. But I do think that climb from, oh, you are going to annoy me if I don't sort you. I do feel that the climb from the second boss to the third boss is a massive undertaking. And I don't think it would be interesting. Woo! I've still got tea. That's brilliant. Okie dokie. So I need L12 and L11. Oh, and there they are. Just being like, yo, what up? Ready to roll. But yeah, going back to Crowbeak's points about like E3 and Bit Summit and stuff like that, we do. The playbook for this year has basically been thrown out. How is this going to go down? We don't know. We don't know the effects this is going to have. No, it's been a long time since the games industry was affected by anything like this at a global scale. Like, the effects of GDC not happening is something that we won't be truly aware of for at least a good year, maybe longer. The effects of no E3 will be a little bit more easy to spot. There's a lot of good speculation going on. I personally think this is going to throw a real ratchet in everyone's. Let's launch the next generation of consoles plan. And I don't think that is. It's not a fear. It's an estimation. You know, and I don't think it's an unfair one because the consoles and the components themselves are manufactured in China, and that is that knock-on effect of not getting the components in time, plus rolling out a whole new hardware. By my understanding, the dev kits are already out, like, and in the wild. So I'm PCF. if anyone has any Fs left to give. Oh, wait, no, I should have done Fs in chat. Damn it. Killed my own joke. Again. And I think the other thing that's been grumbling at me a little is some of the peeps who are talking a lot about this are taking a weird kind of, glib joy in how everything's kind of going a bit sideways right now, and I don't. I'll be the first one to diss on E3 because I've been there a bunch of times, and it's its own special flavour of heck. But like when the Figuretto closed for refurbishment and stuff like that, like when the Figuretto closed and stuff like that, like, I genuinely miss it. And while I don't like going to E3, I do miss... Okay, this goes on to here. Oh, there we go, yeah. This. Alright, fancy, that is. Alright. Let's go back to where my A's at. Nope, that's 2. I know how to do alphabet, good luck! Oh, we had this dance before, didn't we? No, you'll see. Oh no, it's cool. Like an idiot, I was hiding the important sprues under other sprues. The only sprue strong enough to eat other sprues. I need an A. Give me an A29. Hey, Varials. What, ho, friend? I'm building a Gundam for tax reasons. And we're talking about E3 and the ilk. I need to not get as blasé as I'm being right now, because that's how you start making mistakes. Yeah, see? Oh, well. Haste makes waste. And when in doubt, frag out. Yeah, this whole... Those chunky Gundam legs. That's what we're all here for. It's just, when they have like the phonomatics, it's real hard not to be all about that. Then... Oh. Her. Ah, look at that! Look at that baby booty. Little feeties. The Gundam has little feeties. I mean, less interesting for you there. She's out a little bit. That leg was made for walking, and that's just what it'll do. And when I've made enough of them, these legs will walk all over other Gundams. I'm sorry, I killed your joke as well, Krobik. It's a massacre. Joke after dead joke, torn asunder and thrown to the road. Burials? Nice. How are you doing, friend? It seems that you got your game out in just the right time. Burials, how far are you off of full launch, if you don't mind my asking? Okay, so now... okay, so I need D and L. That's not confusing at all. Just D. He asks out loud once again. Initially I found myself very funny, but now I'm like, I wish I'd just keep this in the same place and stop losing it. D49! Oh cool, you like the little back treads. That is rare. Of the pieces you need. Yeah. Ferris says, nice, they're planning for summer. It's not a bad shout. Though myself, like a lot of people, will probably advise you, like, soon is gonna be good. think the industry is going to be kind of reeling from a lot of different things for a good while. We were saying that like last week was the week to announce your game, and until like faux GDC kicks off next week, I guess the rest of this week might be good too. Frickin' Zua, what are you like? Oh, Zuro pops in and goes, I came in late to the stream, and it's obvious it's the beginning of a stream that was leg-endry. And to save a lie, thank you kindly for the follow, yo. Oh, Krobeak was saying, could you say what you were saying about GDC again? Oh, I think the point that I was faffing around there was that we won't see the impact of GDC's loss for a good while. Okay, I need 17 and 18 for the heal of L17, 18. Cool, nicely easy comboed there. Yeah, Krobeak, you're entirely right. Like, the biz dev side of things is going to have some real problems. I mean, I was saying to people earlier that, like, for most, GDC is where the business deals happen, and E3 is where they get signed. But, I mean, for this coming year, all bets are on. Yes, this track is a lot louder, Caffeine. What the hot shite? Friends, if things do start drowning us out, do let me know. There we go. That should be better. That should be better. What am I missing? I'm missing A22. 22. Nice. It makes me feel real smart when I just find the piece I need immediately just by looking. I really need to get better. Friends, we may have to... Well, yeah, so, sorry. Krobeak is making some excellent points, and they are zipping past. So what Krobeak was saying was that for announcements, like, GDC and E3 will still technically happen. When we're saying, like, E3 is... we don't mean that the games announced are going to have too much of a trouble. Did I ever get L22? No, I didn't. Back in idiot. L22, there we go. Those titles will still be announced. Nintendo has been showing everyone for years that you really don't need to go to E3 to announce your games, even though they do have a presence some years. But it's more a case of, like, you know, everyone gets their information from Nintendo Direct, not from the announcements themselves. Huh. That's fucking clever. I can do it. Fiddly as... Fiddly... Oh, feck! Oh, feckin' hell. J-Post, just get the heck out of me. Caffeine, go get some sleep, friend. Thank you for staying up late to chill and ill with us. For tax purposes only. It's been a really lovely day. Ah. Oh. Alright, so you're going here. You are here. You, I'm going to clip into you. Thus. fight a Gundam piece. So Crowbeak, it's not ringing a bell right now, but I'll have to have a look at it when I've got my feckin' hands past this feckin' bad word. Heck! Take it out. Take it out. Got this. Ah! Oh, just a nice, calm Gundam building stream. Will consistently loses his noggin to trying to clip stuff together. Where the feck was the conversation at? Oh yeah, sorry, before I got distracted by parts and bits from J-Post, which by the way, J-Post, thank you kindly, friend. The announcements will be fine. It's the deals that we're not going to see for a while. The things that would have happened. The woulda, shoulda, couldas of E3, and those will be the things that will be affected. And that's where my real concern is. Haha! Took 3 bloody tries. That's where I feel the real concerns are going to be at. Okay, so you go here. Oh, you so fiddly. Get his little booty heel going. You go over here. Kind of encompass that back half. Yeah. I will say though, friends, like when this all starts coming together, it does feel fucking great. Wish I'd occasionally paid more attention to which bit was going where. Yeah. Here we go. Cooking with aforementioned propellants. That is a booty. Whew. Sorry, where were we? Oh yes. So what my concerns are, we're going to see kind of a deficit from the loss of GDC more than anything else. Ooh. Aha! Touch type, strategic typing. I did not see that, Crowbeak. I will have a look. Wow, I completely lost my train of thought there. Let me have another slug of this. It was this little thing here, just did not want to play ball. This just little mud flap at the end. What have you done? And Lucifer's like, Will, I need you to look at your phone. Let's have a look at a thing. That is, I will, stuff and things, yes. Whew. Sorry about that. Right. I tell you what, friends, I'm just gonna take a wee little break for a moment, collect my thoughts, get back to your lovely selves in but a moment. I've got a BRB and his tea and everything, and we shall go. Yeah, see, it even sits behind the Gundam. BRB needs more giant robots. Apologies, friends. I just completely went off into space there. So enjoy some, hopefully, very smooth jams. And I'll be back with all of your lovely selves in just a second. Epi Epsilon, bear with me just a moment. I'm just going to take a quick break, throw my face under a tap, and we'll go from there. To be continued. J Post, you cheeky melon. Lordy, lordy. We're only 2 arms and a leg in, and it's just taken us 3.5 hours. This might have to be a 2-part operation. This might have to be a 2-part operation. And yes, Jack saw that one is entirely cooler. Actually, that's a good question. So, Tog, did you post any photos of your Tomahawk build? One of the forgotten mechs. Oh, Moose says now you can give the emotes beards. Huh. Feckin' yo. Half a charm. Alright, hold that thought, friends. run the Longship as best as. And the fact that today's Operation Friends was tax deductible, that's a thing that I learned. Building a little figurette with all of you lot on camera is real cool. I also learned that it's feckin' hard to justify game purchases, which you'd think would be obvious given our profession. There's a little face. Nondescript hands. Yay!
Hey, Will. Check creation celebration for a tiny mech assembled during stream.
Yo! I feckin' will! Were you doing like a build along as well? Because I know Fearless was building an RX, the RX-98, which is feckin' cool. Just putting everything away carefully. Do love that it has this like little proper model kit on top, and so this is what it will look like when I'm done, and it's painted and looks better. Oh, we didn't get to the stand. I severely underestimated how much of this I was going to get. Severely overestimated how much I was going to get done with everyone today. But I choose to blame the American tax system, which I'm allowed to do. It's my prerogative. Put my little kit away. Hop chop. So let's have a look-see. Alright, now let's take a look. Creation celebration. Let's have a look-see. Oh, way cool. So, friends, whilst Fearless was building the chunky badass RX-79, Vanderbeest was making a teeny tiny little SD Gundam. I love the look of the SD Gundam stuff. I probably won't build and collect any because there's just too much adorableness. So Epi Epsilon, I'm sorry that I hit the wall just as you came in. So Gunpla don't need to be painted. You can, and if you were so inclined, I'm still a little nervous to do it because I'm not really good at it. So what you can do is you get these little suckers, Gundam markers. You can also get inks and things like that. So the idea with these is, you can't really see it in this terrible lighting, but there's little line work details, like where the armor plates come together. Hey!
Just use crayons.
I mean, pens are as good as crayons, right? But yeah, so you have these cheeky little pens, and you use that to kind of fill in the edges. And that can give it like the tone and depth. You don't have to do that. I mean, this big bad word here, the kit was a gift from Jaralan, and I'm still super happy with it. Good old Barbarous Lupus, but not Lupus Rex. Very important distinction. Yeah, that one is just stickers and out the box. Sean, feckin' 17 months been putting up with my dumb self and throwing in a tier 2 for the process. Like, oh, what a feckin' week, eh, Sean? Like, I feel like we've banged the drum of talking about E3 more than enough. Alright, let's bring it back over to studio while I'm chatting with you lot. I'll slowly put my stuff away. Crowbeak says their parents taught them to use the crayons to fill in numbers on dice. Yo! Well, okay. So, Fearless, what Epi Epsilon was asking was, do you need to paint Gundams? It's not like with Warhammer stuff where everything is just grey and more grey, or maybe a bit of metal and a lot of grey. You don't have to paint them. Technically, you don't have to paint Warhammer figures, but they're just, grey disappointments minus. With the Gunpla kits, they are designed to not require glue and not require painting. If you... It's Elzy. Why did I call it say Epi? I don't know. So, Elzy Epsilon. I actually advise, if this is something you're interested in doing, pick up a kit. Now, these are the 1/100 scale, but you can get slightly smaller ones, the 1 to 144, which are kind of action figure sized. Real simple to put together. Just go for it. Like, the only thing you really need is a pair of pliers, or the nippers, if you will. That's it. This little kit was like $7. All the additional stuff that I've gotten has been real cheap. Although, the reason why the pens were cheap is because I didn't see where I was buying them from, and surprise! It was across the world. And later on, if you wanna, you can really get into them. Hey, Just Diver. What, friend? We did do a Gundam stream today, though I did not get as much built as I thought I was gonna, because Master Grade. But today's been a great day. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, oh no, I'm gonna have to do another Gundam stream and build this. Oh no. This might be a good one for like a Sunday where I can't go out, but I don't have anything going on. Should be cool. Oh, Just Diver says, they're saying due to the virus, their work's closing up for a couple of weeks, up in the air. Ugh. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Well, Just Diver, like I was saying to everybody earlier, my goal throughout this is, if I can help people not have to deal with fucking cabin fever as much, if I can help with all of that, then I'm doing my job right. So that's going to be my goal moving forward, you know what I mean? Well, if everyone's going to be stuck indoors for the next few weeks, then no point being stuck indoors alone. Because there is only so much Netflix you can watch at the start. I also know, like, you know, I'm not being glib about the actual challenges that people are facing. Because it's not just about keeping your sanity. For a lot of people, they can't work as well, so it's not just... lol, I get free holiday. I do understand that. Oh, I've got my kits. God, we only did two hands and 1 foot. It's almost like I like spending as much time talking to you lot. Shackle saying Horizon Zero Dawn is available for wishlist on Steam. Way cool. Although, no one's going to have to worry about knowing when Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out. Not to be snarky. That Gorilla's done alright off of that game. Remember to wishlist indie games you find interesting, because that will help them a lot. Oh, Favor says the Netflix has the entire run of Power Rangers. Yep, fair. That'll take you a while. I'll take you at least a day or two, right? Hey, Crowbeak with the CSI Miami line there. As I must go, but I really enjoyed this Turner Gundam. Yeah. Never got into Turner Gundam. As I realised recently how much of it I haven't seen. Arden saying, also, I don't know if anyone saw, but Dan Prime got through the main game of Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes! I'll be able to start blepping at him about... Wait, no, he hasn't played 15. Fuck! There's very few people in this world that have finished Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Crowbeak. Got that end of the pun. Work here is done. And Varial says, my cousin was an act who played one of the Power Rangers. Way cool! I hope it was one of the ones that did okay after, because I know some of them had a real bad time. So I tell you what, friends. Tell you what. Today has been an excellent day. I've really enjoyed this. I didn't get as much done as I thought I was gonna, and I think it was just the sheer amount of nonsense dealing with just taxa nonsense. So I'm gonna throw us all over to Hero to the People Dan Jones, because he's playing some RimWorld and he's having a good time. And Spooky Anonymous Ghosts kicking ass like there's no tomorrow. I do need to say a quick round of thank yous. But today's been a real good day, so yo. Oh, and Soviet, the Command & Conquer Remastered, definitely. And it's not that I'm not looking forward to Horizon Zero Dawn. A lot of people are finally going to get to play it, and they're going to have a fucking great time. It was just a case of, like, Horizon's done great, and Command & Conquer getting a return, that's a rarity. Sorry, bear with me just a second, friends. But even though today was weird and different and Gundonium and I was a vegetable for the last section of, I had a lovely time today. Tomorrow we're back with the regular stuff, but those of you that did yeet bits today, that was sincerely appreciated, you lovely Mother Hubbards. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to the League of Anonymous Ghosts, to It's DX Man, to Shackleton Connors, to J-Post, Vanderbeast, Jack Sculpture, Neopale, because, right, you're kick-ass, and you're why we get to do this. To Moose, to Tarlicus, and to Caffeine, thank you for being best mod team today. I don't think we saw a Lizzie, but I miss Lizzie. To Sableye, Johnny Loves Mario, and Epic DS, lovely to meet you all, and I hope we get to see you again. But those that sub resub recipients of Outcast Hunt, I'd like to say thank you to Fearless Sun, Lucifer of the Cult, Jaralan, Archer of the Eye, Kandaran, Skydoggy, My Cox, Falazure, Lord Loss, the Jacksaw, Get to the Boat, Dorchus, and Sean Peoples. Games industry may be all over the place, but we have the best little crew here, so thank you. Alright, now let's go hang out with DJ. Let's go hang out with DJ. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some food and try and get myself back on track. Like, I feel like I ran a marathon today, you know what I mean? Very glassy-eyed. Alright, so you all better blep at me on the Discords, alright? Right, it's required. I'll stamp my foot and have a little tantrum and be like, you all have to talk to me on Discord. Yeah. Alright, friends, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Do give our best love to DJ, and I'll see you tomorrow. I think tomorrow's Good Boys Adventure. I put my notes everywhere else. Cool, good. Hello. Think I need to leave now.